right, I think we are live. Start recording on that too. Start recording on this. Okay, right, go on. You two have something to do first of all regarding Christmas gifts.
Yes.
Owen was told, he was sent a message to go and pick up his present before Christmas, and he never bothered, did you, Owen?
Yeah, because I didn't have a shift in the foundry.
I don't know if he couldn't be bothered, James. I think he didn't know it was there. You dropped it off awfully late, but that's fine because we want to open it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're having a live opening of the present.
Well, I share our live link.
Yeah.
I'm going to be boring first.
No, you should guess what it... Oh, no, it's the card first.
Yeah.
I was going to
Card
say, he needs
first.
to guess what it is.
He's going
but
to read
that's
out the
fine.
card.
Okay. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful picture.
So
Is it that?
Oh, that's looking good. Yeah, I like that.
it is looking good.
Oh, wait, I didn't do it.
It's
Go
got
on.
seasons.
You know,
Is it
Season's
the season's
greeting.
greetings? Oh, there's a bit of a
In the
reflection.
middle. Put it in the middle of the
There you go.
camera. Up. There you go. Got
There
it.
we go.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Rob had the same one.
To Owen and family.
Yes.
Oh, you're thinking of my family.
Yes, of course.
Your home be filled with, well, it's still technically Christmas, do you think?
It is Christmas.
It's definitely.
Is it still Christmas till New Year's?
Well,
Definitely.
I would say
Yeah.
it was. Would you say it was, Rob?
Yeah,
It's still
definitely.
Christmassy feeling, everybody, isn't it? It's still.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, I still feel it's Christmas. My tree's still up.
That's good. I mean, it should be up until technically 6th of January, shouldn't it? That's the 12th day of Christmas.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
We
great.
was discussing this morning.
No partridge in a pear tree, but you know.
Well, some people are bar
Who
humbug.
was discussing it? You and your family?
No, me and some people at work about how they take their Christmas tree down straight after Boxing Day.
Right, okay.
And I think that's like kind of bar humbug.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I think I would stick with the 12 days of Christmas rule myself.
Yeah, this person had like a family as well. And it's like, right,
This person had a
the
family.
presents have been opened. That's
Okay.
it now. Christmas is gone.
Oh.
The house is...
Owen, I want to hear your guess
decluttered
what this present is as well before I forget to make you
Is
guess.
it a box of jelly tots?
It's
That would
not.
be fun. That would be fun.
I could say I love you lots like jelly tots.
You could.
And aim it in a gift, but I haven't.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
That
Any
would be interesting.
guesses as to what it could be, Rob?
That would be interesting.
Oh, I know what it is, so
you
I'm not
know.
going to guess. Yes,
Okay.
I'm not going to guess.
He does know what it is.
Right, we'll just have to find out then.
You haven't read the inscription on it.
Oh my goodness, this is doing
To
my
Owen,
head in.
happy 73-degree Christmas.
Yes.
Xmas, James.
73
that's good.
degree Christmas.
73. Whoa. It's only a bleeding male grooming kit.
Male grooming, yes. A daily trio cracker.
Wow.
What about that? It's got
Yeah, that is useful.
washy stuff, spready stuff, and lippy stuff.
We're running dangerously low on Vaseline in the house.
Yes, there
Wow.
you go.
What do you use so much Vaseline for?
Much appreciated.
It was just to note he's running dangerously low on Vaseline. Huh?
Yeah. I put on way too much and it looked like lip gloss.
Is it Vaseline or Vaseline?
Vaseline? I've never heard that pronunciation.
People say Vaseline, don't they?
Vaseline.
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 Have you
So
got any
go on,
Vaseline?
describe to us in detail like what is actually in this kit.
Looks like a mini bottle of shower gel.
Okay.
Cream. Is that facial cream?
It's. I think it's a moisturising cream.
Moisturizing cream, yeah.
Okay.
And some Vaseline. Yeah.
Vaseline.
or Vaseline. Well, we don't know what it
That's
is.
very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah. And it's just for me.
Over the moon, aren't you?
Good.
Yeah.
Look at
Very
his
cool.
excitement on his little face. Just beaming.
I'm nearly done with sharing, but James, while I do the final things to our Instagram and TikTok, perhaps you could explain to the audience watching right now how this format is going to work. We're going to go month by month, and what are we going to do here? What are we going to do today?
Right, okay, then for all you people out there, we're going to go through the whole of the review of Wrexham last year, and we're going to go through it through month by month with all the salient facts and figures.
That is such a weird way of explaining what we're actually going to do. We're just going to go
did
month
ask.
by month through what happened this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Who's going to kick off?
no, we're not kicking off because
Oh.
I've not finished sharing it. Just like you didn't explain exactly what was going to happen, but
Right,
explain
go-
the research that I've put together to give it some context.
Right, okay, to put this in context, Rob has been scurrying away in his house, feverishly searching for facts and figures of the review of Wrexham for the past year.
Yes.
And he's put in graphs and bar charts, and he's gone the whole shebang.
I really
I'm glad
have.
I've got that word shebang in. Because
Shebang's class.
It seems to be a running theme with things. So it's month by month, and we're going to go through it in depth between us, aren't we?
Yes, we really are. We've got one guest coming at 5 p.m. today, but for the most part, this is an episode very much dedicated to Wrexham and everything in it. So final checks, everybody, before we actually crack on fully and I divert my eyes from this screen. I've got up the YouTube live stream. So everybody today, that's one thing that's been lacking. I'm looking to improve our live production. We have it open. So I will see comments in the chat immediately. Any issues as well, I'll spot those immediately. So yeah, just literally give us a shout. And I think that, yeah, it should be pretty good. As usual, the first half an hour today is going to be our podcast recording, followed by just our live stream continuing till around 7 p.m. And that's that. I'm trying to figure out how to share to TikTok what we're doing, but the best thing I can think of is just going live and leaving the phone in front of me with the YouTube chat until my phone dies, because TikTok's just strange, isn't it? But as usual, when we try and start this thing off the first 5 minutes, I have just a couple more technical hurdles, like TikTok restarting the app on my phone for no apparent reason. Oh, wow. Now it's playing videos out loud. We are so close. Wow, 99 notifications. That probably means we've done well on a video recently and I didn't notice. And I have no idea. Okay, right, let's go. So we've got this up now. I'm going towards the live section. Come on, last thing, let's do it. Okay, Rao, the last time we went live on TikTok, James, can you guess what we actually did? You were heavily involved.
Don't know, was it the rapping thing?
It was the haircut in this room.
Oh, right, yeah.
Where was she from again?
She's, that's Cara. She's from, well, I think she lives in Wrexham somewhere.
Right, okay.
Not giving out her address or anything, but she's got a shop, Choppers, in Charles Street. So she's heavily involved in...
1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh, my mic went out then. What have I done? Oh,
it was gremlins.
It was the... No, it wasn't the microphone itself. I thought I'd broken the XLR cable or something then. But actually, what was broken was the headphone wire. Lol. Okay, right. Is that functioning? Oh my goodness, I've gone live on TikTok and I've got the blooming thing the wrong way around. Oh, wow. This is just
lots
useless,
of gremlins today hanging around.
Oh, I'm trying to do this, I promise. Right, everybody. Right, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. Come on, the flip camera thing just isn't working. Right, there it is. We flipped the camera. Great. Okay, right,
Must be
great.
some TikTok aficionados out there that know exactly how to set things
right,
up. And
final thing I want to do is I want to try and get the text on the screen, because I swear you can add text now. You can add a sticker. I don't want to enhance. Follow me sticker. Can I do custom text? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Live on YouTube. Oh, TikTok will probably take this down, lol. 73-degree films. Great. There we go. Oh, it's cut off the S on films. Oh my goodness, this is so silly. Yeah, we got it. Okay, all right. Everybody, right. We are now, finally, for the first time in history. And by the way, we're doing this all ourselves today. Joe's not here. Sam's not here. Like, technically, we're doing pretty well, I would say. Ready to start the podcast?
We're mucking in together.
So, all right then.
Virtual high.
We're live on TikTok. We've got a bunch of people watching. We're live on YouTube. We've got people watching. I've got all the comments open in front of me. I've got our research. Everybody enjoying this. Right. Are you ready? I think it's actually time to go. We'll do one final technical test. We will just check camera 1. Great. Hello, everybody. This is camera 1.
Hello, everyone. Camera 1.
Right.
Keep
Camera
waving.
2. This is for when we've got a guest.
I can just
camera
see
3 today, we've got for the Wheel of
camera
Fortune.
3.
If I angle this slightly, we'll also get Owen at the edge of that and the Wheel of Fortune and James. So that's not a bad angle as an alternative. And then we've got our football angle, our famous football angle there. Great. Here I am again.
Famous.
All right, shall we get going, guys, and get this episode on the road? Oh, also, we also have thing. Right, I think if we're going to open a can, this would be a good time to open the can before we start the podcast itself. Okay. How would you feel about that?
Yeah, I'll open a can.
We're going to do a simultaneous can opening so that we don't ruin the recording.
All right.
Oh, I've just spotted my water as well. I've left my water on the other table. You're going to see me duck out at some point. I hope this doesn't go everywhere. These cans are... They're off, number 1.
Ready.
But number 2, I've not done that like weird tapping thing.
3.
Oh, I already did it.
Oh.
You know when people tap a can, does that really do anything? I call cap on that. I don't think it does anything.
Yeah.
Gosh, it
That
smells
was
good.
more of
Oh,
a 3-2-1 opening.
I've ruined the
wasn't
research. I've got stuff all over the research already.
it? Let's have a taste of this.
Dominic. Hey, Pop here. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Gosh, we haven't gone live on TikTok in so long. Going live on TikTok's such a thrill compared to YouTube.
Research?
No, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Oh, in fact, that's one more thing to do. Take the research from under the mic so we don't move the mic. And then I think we've got everything.
Okay.
I feel like the newsreader now, where the newsreader does this.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And then he says...
So what we've got is a month by month account of everything that happened in Wrexham. Like we're missing some things out, but I'll talk about that on the podcast. And then underneath our research, just to supplement that, we've got census data for Wrexham, 2021 census data, and we've got the election data. You know, some big data that came up this year. All right. Anyway, let's get cracking. Okay, you ready, guys? We're going to start the podcast. All right. So I'm just going to stop recording on the Roadcaster, and we're going to start again. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is roll on our main camera. Okay, James, I need you to think of a joke or something just while I check our main camera's got an SD card in it.
Right, okay, then a man goes into the doctor's. He says, I've got a strawberry growing out of my backside. And the doctor says, I've got some cream for that. Yes.
Okay,
I
it
think
wasn't as bad as I thought it could be.
The setup was funnier than the punchline.
It was clean. It was clean.
It was clean.
And it was off the cuff. I was put on the spot for a joke.
Oh my
straight off
God,
the way.
everybody. I brought an SD card down here and I can't find it. Can anybody see an SD card under their paper or something?
Oh no. ST card
Definitely not here.
gremlins.
Oh my god.
That's the fourth time that's
Trying
happened.
desperately to find our SD cards. I have everything in this room.
There's one in the
Should
Mac.
it? No, it's not that one. I just checked.
Of course it's not.
This is we're still here anyway. We're going to keep on.
Oh.
He's found it. We're rolling.
All right.
Look at that. James, how many hiccups did we have today? How many hiccups?
Oh, we've had quite a few since we've been in.
Small number of hiccups ultimately though, isn't it? All right, Martin, why are you wearing so many outdoor clothes inside? Because it's cold in here. But
Yeah.
we had some heaters on. We're okay.
Yeah, not as cold as the first podcast where we were literally shivering underneath.
Right. Let's get going.
Apples.
Let's do it. Okay, ready? 3, 2,
2, 1.
Oh, wait, hang on. We've got some people outside. Hello? Okay,
And
they're
they're
not coming in.
waving.
Right, okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to Live in the Window. My name is Robert Corcoran.
I'm James Stevens.
I'm Owen Jones.
Well, you join us today, live in the window of 16 York Street in Wrexham City Centre, to do one thing and one thing only-ish, and that is review Wrexham's year, 2022. It was a big year for Wrexham. James, I want to hear in one word how you would describe it, please.
Massive, massive, massive. City
Wow.
of culture.
City of Culture. That's good. That's a good point. We're going to hit on that, mate. We're going to hit on that. Owen, one word for Wrexham this year?
Bombastic.
Bombastic. It's a good
He's
word.
used
I've used that before.
I'm going to use a Welsh one. Ardderchog.
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 Well, explain what it is.
Llarapethau this year, mate. There were a lot going on.
You're going to have to explain what they are for the non-Welsh people who are listening.
What's the thing?
I just
Lots of
said
things.
excellent, and then I just said
right,
loads
sorry.
of, basically, yeah, loads of stuff. Great, okay.
It's 5 points minus for me for not listening.
I don't speak Welsh, by the way, very much, but one of our points is, in fact, in Welsh. So yeah, final thing for the podcast, really, to lay out the context of what is about to happen. We've got, from January all the way to December, split into 12 beautiful sections, everything that happened this year. I went through Wrexham Leader, Wrexham.com, everything I could find online. I went through Wrexham.com specifically. I went through 140 pages of news, which contained however many, and I read each headline, and I just jotted some down, did the same thing with a bunch of other places to try and not miss stuff out. And then we'll add context in ourselves from our own life and 73-degree films, but for the most part, I reckon we take it all the way back to January. And the very first thing I have written down here, James, is that the Wrexham City of Culture sort of bus tour kicked off in early Jan. They had 3 days. Do you remember the red bus? Did you see it?
I never saw the red bus. I don't know where I was, but I
Owen?
never saw it.
I think it passed through Coed Poeth.
Okay, good. This is
Did
good.
it go past your shop?
I hope somebody saw it because I
was on
didn't
the way
see
home. Was it like an old-timey bus? Yeah.
So
it. Yeah, it was a red bus.
Oh, I wondered what that was.
Yes.
If there's anybody out there that can say where they first saw the bus, then put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, if any of you did see the bus, let us know. But like, I don't think I saw it, but from my memory, Andy Hickey was like on the roof of it playing music, and it drove to Erddig, and it drove to some key like Wrexham landmarks. I think that's what happened. And then it was eventually in town, I guess, but I didn't see it. However, like the wider point here is that the promotional stuff for Wrexham City of Culture. The bid to become City of Culture in the UK 2025 kicked off this year properly.
It did.
And, ultimately now we know what happened. We didn't get it. Bradford did later in the year. Mm-hmm. Spoiler. But yeah, how do you feel about the campaign,
Bradford.
James? How do you feel about the campaign? Because it was one of the most important things, surely, that's happened for culture in Wrexham for a long time. It really shone a light on us and the things that are happening here. How did you feel about the promotion of the bid, how it went, ignoring the fact that we lost? How did you feel about this period of time when people were amping it up?
Mm-hmm.
How did I feel about it?
Yeah, all that stuff I just said.
Well, I thought obviously it puts it on the map, and I thought that was a good thing with everything that had been happening. It was kind of like a snowball effect.
Right.
Through the previous years with the acquisition of Wrexham Football Club by the Hollywood superstars. So I think all that was coming together. It had a feeling of...
So you felt the momentum and you think it was part of that?
That's the word I was looking for, momentum.
The bus could have run without petrol. It could have run on pure Wrexham momentum.
It could have.
Rhys Bithell says the bus went to Bulchgwyn. I don't really spend much time in Bulchgwyn.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't been there since I went to the restaurant on that big long road that runs through Bulchgwyn, and that was in 1999, I think it was. When I went.
Don't get me wrong, been to Bulchgwyn sometimes, but I was not there when the bus was, which is unfortunate. That would have been nice.
Did you have a carvery there in 1999?
I did actually, because it was like a really he was a Michelin-starred chef at the time, I think it was. Yeah, so someone recommended we went there, and it was really, really good. Can't remember the name of the pub though. Sorry about that.
Yeah, me neither.
Right. Okie dokie. So, moving on to our second one. This is one for you, really, James, more than anyone else. Wales. I don't know if you remember this period of time, cursed period, but we were still very much within the throes of COVID restrictions, and it was the winter and it was pretty bleak. But Wales made a plan to move to alert level 0, and Attic nightclub reopened the weekend of January 29th. And people were branding it Freedom Day, if you recall.
I do recall, actually.
What did you do to celebrate Freedom Day?
I think we went out that weekend.
You and Deck?
No, not Deck. If he's listening, we
shout out Deck.
I'm not quite sure. They were allowed to go out, I think, but you still had to sit down. Was that
No. The nightclub reopened. The nightclub reopened.
Yeah.
Everything was gone. It was Freedom Day. It was alert level 0. Stuff was fully open.
I remember going into Attic.
We get a little bit further in, but this was the period of time, just to be more specific about what happened. Self-isolation was reduced in Wales to 5 days or 2 negative tests. Yeah. England, I think, around about the same period of time, did the same thing, but it lasted less, and then eventually they threw out the isolation period altogether. We had it for a bit longer. But yeah, end of January was the first time in a long while, since end of last summer, that we were actually able to have everything open, as far as I can recall. So yeah, Freedom Day or whatever it was called, 29th of January. Attic nightclub reopened. I was not at the opening night of Attic nightclub. You went there. Owen, were you curve room with a booth or something?
No, afraid not.
Okay,
that's a shame. Owen?
Owen?
Probably.
Owen's a workaholic, aren't you, Owen? I think you are.
Okay, we got a couple of other things that happened. So, we have some bias in these stories, by the way, towards culture. Because, if it's sport or if it's media, it's going to be, picked out by me a little bit more than certain other stories. I've also tried to keep it quite positive. So there's nothing, we're not going to talk about anything terrible that happened. It's all got a positive lean. And one of those things was for Wrexham Football Club. Wrexham AFC purchased Ollie Palmer and broke their record transfer fee. They spent £300,000 to transfer him over from Wimbledon. Don't know, James. Did you watch the documentary? Do you remember the bit where they buy Ollie Palmer?
I remember watching the documentary. Not quite sure how I saw it, that part of it, but I was more interested in when they were filming the people with Wrexham. That was more.
Well, we'll get onto the documentary specifically, but Ollie Palmer, you got no opinion, no ops on Ollie Palmer.
Oh no, I thought it was a great signing for them.
We're trying to get Ollie Palmer on this show to talk about WXM clothing, but we haven't got a yes yet. So he might be here at some point.
He might be listening.
Yeah, he might be listening. He might be checking us out to check we're not terrible.
Yeah. Please, Ollie, please come on to the show and talk about WXM clothing.
We're begging you.
We're begging.
Definitely not begging.
We're not begging. We're sitting up. We're sitting up and begging, if that's possible.
Nobody is begging. We would never beg for a guest to come on the show.
Ever
just to
beg
be
at
clear, we reach out very politely and
reach out and Bet you in.
Touch faith. Right. Wrexham Council purchased the Hippodrome site.
Oh my God, what a great thing for that.
I think that was good. Everyone felt good about that, I think.
I nearly cried when the Hippodrome went down.
Yeah.
It's going down.
Take us through the moment that you found out about that, James, because me and Owen a bit too young.
I was like, wow, they can't chuck that building away. It was the seminal cinema of Wrexham for so many years. That's when I first went to the Hippodrome, and you used to watch Captain Marvel. That's how old it was. And it was one of those serial things that you had to go
where you go like Saturday morning, yeah.
And you have to go. And it's like that. He escapes from, he's trapped in a car, and you think he's never going to get out of that. And it's like in that, what's that film, Misery, where she goes, I was watching that, and he definitely died. You lied. And the next week when he gets out of the car. So he always escapes anyway. The cliffhanger is not a cliffhanger because you know he's going to escape. But when you're that age, you think, my God, it is a cliffhanger.
One thing I have to say that about that specifically is that we're sitting here almost a full year later and nothing has really happened with it.
Nothing.
That's the one thing I have to say. It was used for the National Theatre Wales show. It was used for like an event with Larynx and some other people, maybe Yellow and Blue. But I don't remember it being used for anything where I was like, wow, that's an amazing use of that space. National Theatre Wales thing, yes, that was a great use of that space, but it was so temporary. What I mean is I've not seen anything like great there yet. It feels like it should be a park or something, when it's not being used, but there's nothing there.
Like an open-air cinema park.
It's just some grass.
That would be good, an open-air cinema park as a tribute.
In fact, when we filmed our City of Culture YouTube video to promote City of Culture,
we was there.
One of the opening shots was it you, Owen, standing in front of it?
That was me. There's grass here now. Yeah.
That's what we said.
Just like
and
that.
It's still that. If we went and filmed that video today, I think we'd do the same joke. Because it's
There's
like, wow,
grass
Wrexham's transformed. There's grass here now.
Yeah. And there is grass.
I suppose there was the Ordinary Miracle show.
Well, yeah, the National Theatre Wales thing, like I said, it was the best thing that I've seen use that space, but then maybe I'm biased because I saw it more because we were involved in the show. So, like, I can't remember, though, apart from the Larynx thing and, like, whether there was anything else. The Play Day, I think they still did the sandpit on Queen Square. I don't think they used it for that. But, like, I mean, it would make a beautiful little concrete skate park. That's never going to happen. Mark Pritchard, don't doubt you're listening, but
you are biased towards the skate park thing, aren't you?
Well, I think a skate park in city centre would be beautiful, and it's such a perfect size in such a perfect place. But it's not going to happen. I guess it'll probably be grass for another year, to be honest with you.
What about a coalition of skating as you watch the cinema?
Don't get me wrong. Like there are plenty of people that would love to, like architects and stuff, that would love to design a mixed-use space that would involve, elements of what might be skate culture and then other opportunities to use things like a park or whatever. But ultimately, it's a green space in city centre right now. There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't just go on it. It's like gated. Yeah. So it's not really a green space.
No, it's a gated space where no one can go in.
And I think from like a later article I found on Wrexham.com later in the year, the council were open to people renting it for use for events. Oh. But that's like, come on, do something in the meantime. No? I don't know. You can't even go on it. Why
don't we build like a mini Hollywood Bowl in there?
Well, why can't they just remove the gate and put a bench down? If they remove the gate and put a few benches down, then that's sound to me.
Oh,
at least I can enjoy the space then.
I think
it's currently just as inaccessible as the Hippodrome.
Yeah. I think I can guess why they don't put a bench down.
Okay.
Because they might get people in there that might not use the space as it should be used.
Yeah, but you could say that about anything. I could jump over that fence right now and misuse it.
Rob's not going to jump over that fence, by the way, are you, Rob?
No, but like your argument is terrible.
Unless you get a million subscribers.
Right, final thing then in January that I could find of note was that B&M opened their 700th store, and it was the one in Wrexham, the massive one.
So cliche.
Right.
So
James, I don't know if this is Mandela effect, but I think, or at least I feel, that B&M store was open earlier than January 2022.
Which
one?
Am
I really misremembering this?
Which one? There's two now, isn't there?
Yeah, where's the second one? Because that's obviously the second one. So where is the second one?
The second one is on next to Island Green, isn't it? That where Donnell Milne is.
Nah, man. This
is
Border Retail Park is the massive one by Donnell Mill, Banana Bends or whatever it's called, and Dreams, and Pure Gym.
Yeah, that's
but-
the one. Is that border retail?
Yeah, but that was open before January 2022, wasn't it?
yeah, of course
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, so when did B&M open their 700th store?
It was the one next to Tesco in Wrexham on the... I can't think what the name of that retail park is.
Next to Tesco's?
Yeah.
I think the building
What?
used to be of Home Bargains originally.
It's called...
Are you talking about the place where Pound Stretcher is?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Wix and Burger King?
Yeah, what's that park
That's a
called?
B&M now?
Yeah, it's a...
Is it?
It's a massive B&M.
Okay, that's a B&M now.
I think it's their
I still thought it was
700th
Pound Stretcher.
No, I thought it was their 700th... It's easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Their 700th...
Yeah, by Burger
stuck
King.
on that
Exactly.
word.
Thank you, Jen,
Is that where it
on
is?
TikTok. Yeah, exactly, by Burger King.
Yeah,
So,
by Burger
yeah,
King.
James,
Well
by the
done,
way,
Jen.
you keep hitting the table as you make your point, and I can hear it so loud in the headphones
Sorry.
because it's moving your mic
Oh,
stand.
no.
You can't hit the table. Or if you do, you've got to do it softly on your sleeves like I do.
Just lightly.
No, you
beat it
can't.
to
You
death.
can't hit the table.
I won't
hear
hit
it.
the table. I definitely
Right.
won't.
Okay. I mean, yeah, let's see what we've got there. There's no youth clubs in this town. They wonder why crime is a problem. Give the kids a place. So these are some of the comments we've got coming in. People reacting
brilliant.
to
I
live
think that's a
in the
very-
window.
Wrexham Youth Club.
Very exacting
I have
comment.
to say, my own experience of like low key becoming a youth club when we did the Green Lantern thing was that a lot of the people that came here to visit, with their parents and whatever, they, I would ask them, why do you keep coming back? I was here. I had a lot of things. I had a lot of time in my hands, and they didn't have anywhere to go because if you can't drink, you can't go to the pub or whatever. And if you're 16, you've probably got 10-pin. And from the conversations I had with some of those people, it seems like 10-pin aren't exactly friendly with their reputation as being like Wrexham's youth club. So they kick people out who aren't playing stuff.
Yeah.
Fine, their prerogative. But where would you go if you were 16 and you wanted to meet your friends in Wrexham? I'm not sure where you can go. James, any ideas?
Well, in
Because there used to be local clubs like in Garden Village and stuff, but I don't
Yeah.
even know if they exist anymore.
they've all gone. haven't
And
they?
they're probably not cool in inverted commas.
That's when I first came into gaming at the youth club that I used to go to. And they had gaming areas in there. So Atari
Yeah.
and the tabletop games. And that's where I first got into gaming.
Yeah, but even places like Indegeen or whatever was somewhat accessible. But like T-Pub, I don't feel like I go in T-Pub ever and see a group of 16-year-olds meeting up. No, I don't think that happened. And I think I'm only thinking it happened at Indegeen because I was doing that, to do art stuff or see a band or something. So I don't really know where they would go that's not 10-pin, and that is unfortunate. Yeah, Martin says McDonald's is the unofficial youth club. It kind of is.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
kind of is.
Yeah, McDonald's is pretty popular here. Yeah, McDonald's is popular. So is just being on the street. Eagles Meadow, you see groups of kids meeting and stuff.
The whole
then,
of
yeah.
Wrexham is a youth club. What about that?
Yeah, but
Streets.
that is a shame, isn't it? Anyway,
Big shame.
We'll park that because who knows? Later on in the sort of going through everything, we might come across one of these stories and we might think, somewhere for the kids.
Yeah.
I don't think so, by the way, spoiler. But we'll have a go. All right,
looking good.
we're into February. James, I'm going to let you do February. Go through it in whichever order you want. It's not in a
February.
specific order.
Here's something that I didn't know anything about until Rob collated all his facts on a weekend of his brain being activity, wall-to-wall, WMBC.
145 pages of Wrexham.com articles.
145, imagine that.
Plus the leader, plus Wrexham Town Matters. I don't know.
Plus
I
all
went
the
through.
other
I went through a bunch of stuff. My photo
affiliated-
gallery.
Yeah, he's gone mad.
Come on.
So the refurb of the benches and the bins. I didn't even know that happened.
Oh, that's a great one. Right, can't wait to get into this.
Let's get into it.
So Wrexham Council officially said they were going to refurbish benches and bins on Queen Square. And what they actually ended up doing, as far as I can tell, is changing, the benches, fine, because those benches were wrecked. But they then just went around city centre and painted every bin black.
That's all they did.
That's all they did. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody here, but there was this cursed period of time in February where council employees just painted every bin black. They didn't do the gold etching.
This is just painted over the gold etching.
All the bins in town centre that used to have gold on them are just black now, including the one that we can see almost from here outside the foundry.
That's a travesty, isn't it?
And I remember saying to Dave at the time and other people, like, oh, I'm sure they'll come back and put the gold on them, the big W, and then it's a big W, and it says Wrexham Council, I think, above it. And they just never did it. So if anyone from Wrexham Council is listening to this, like, what the hell? Come and paint the bins.
That's Rob being the eternal optimist, isn't it, Rob?
They're just black now. They lost their identity. They used to be proper Wrexham bins, and now they're just black.
With the gold W's and...
Unless they're the metal ones, where the etching was like permanently on them, like the metal ones. But I'm talking about the old ones that have been painted. They look nice, they're nice, but they've not done the gold.
I didn't even know they'd done anything, so that's how much I took notice.
So yeah, the benches got refurbished in town centre, so did the bins. Oh yeah, I guess important to note that we were still town centre at this point, not city centre.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when they actually changed the benches for the ones that they've got, the ones with the ornate Wrexham insignia on each side of it to create the support. But that, to me, I didn't think they'd changed or done anything with them. So
right, okay. Well, James, could you and Owen run through the next couple? I've got to just deal with something at our window. Go on, run through the next one, James. You and Owen.
I'll go for the next one. Yeah. So the terms agreed for Wrexham AFC to buy the freehold of the racecourse from Glyndŵr. Mm-hmm. So that is massive, where the club actually becomes the club that they own. And so that their terms of power are all in their own hands, which is true, Owen, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Massively cool. So anything that happens at the racecourse it's all to do with them. They don't have to ask other people for permission. They can do what they want. And as we know, that there's lots and lots of projects going on at Wrexham Football Club. So they're busily refurbing. They're gonna do the cop, which is they couldn't do before because they didn't have the freehold to it. So they couldn't renew anything there, could they?
Sorry, I was a bit distracted by what was going on outside.
Oh, there's some distraction by the door.
Where are we up to?
We are up to the Wrexham AFC buying freehold of the racecourse from Glyndŵr.
Which we think was massive, because that gives
this was a big moment.
Yeah, massive. It gives them carte blanche to do and redo and re-alter the things within that space, doesn't it? Because they couldn't touch the cop before because they didn't have planning permission. They didn't really own it because the hold was on the Glyndŵr. No, don't tap the table. What did you think?
Well, yeah, it was certainly a big moment, but ultimately, I think it was an important moment because unless that's one of the key things, isn't it? Rob and Ryan said they wanted to try and achieve when they took over was get the racecourse into the football club ownership. I mean, it's just important for being able to have the ability to do things with the ground and to develop it with the club itself. It's just important. So yeah, I think it's huge win for the football club. It's great. All right, next up.
Next up is the pilot UBI scheme announced for 18 plus, leaving care in Wales. So this is for anybody that doesn't know what UBI is, it's Universal Basic Income. So I think the pilot was for 18-year-olds to have a guaranteed $1,600 per month. I remember reading about it.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, they don't even have to do anything else. They can just have the £1,600 per month. And I thought, yeah, that might be a great scheme.
Well, it's the first of its kind in Wales, Universal Basic Income. Obviously, in this case, it's been, given out to a very specific group of people. But, the idea of Universal Basic Income itself is, for some people controversial, for other people like utopian and incredible. So I mean, it's just interesting because I heard a lot of people who hated it, a lot of people who loved it, and it's interesting. I don't think you can deny that it's interesting that our government is trying this out.
I think it's an interesting thing because there are people that are genuinely want to do their own thing and are creative and talented. And that talent sometimes goes to waste because they don't have the funding for him. And maybe they have to do some kind of job that they don't like. And I think for some people that are creative, what's it called? When you get I'm trying to think of the word. Help me out, Rob.
The plateau? What are you
not
saying?
The plateau safety net.
Oh,
if
okay,
you've
okay.
got a financial safety net, you tend to let your mind wander and create some really good projects.
Well, what's one of the arguments for UBI, isn't it? That as things become more and more, well, for example, the use of artificial intelligence or the things like, self-checkout tills and things like this, as the need lessens for certain jobs, that universal basic income may be able to replace that and actually allow people more freedom. This would be like the utopian idea would be that it would allow more room for creativity, entrepreneurship, etc. Than we have right now. But yeah, and that's interesting. Okay, there's quite a fun one next, actually.
The fun one next.
Yeah, the fun one after that.
Do you want to talk about that, Owen?
They did up the long pole.
Did up the long
The long pole got refurbished in February. Well, they announced the refurbishment in February. I can't remember the exact time that it happened, but yeah. Have you been in there since, either of you?
No.
I've wandered in just to use the toilet,
Right, okay.
which was nice.
I haven't been in there.
Yeah, it's
Dave,
lovely.
Owen, and a couple of other people have been in there and told me it's nice. But I have not been in there since
It's
they did it.
much bigger now.
I would go in.
It's open plan now, whereas before it had lots of little enclaves in there, but now it's just an open plan. It's a really nice place.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the inside on that YouTube video that's quite famous from Wrexham, from Britain's Hardest Pubs, when there's an episode in the long pub. That was the old layout, obviously.
Yeah, that's part of it. That part is still there.
Right,
But
okay.
they've sort of open planned all the other bits now.
Okay,
Knocked
interesting.
it kind of all into one.
It sounds to me like we need to go there, like
should.
to really test this thing out. We've got to, I think. We've got to check it out at some point.
Maybe we should do a series of films like nice places to have a pint in.
Yeah, well, I thought about this as like a TikTok or something. It would just be, or maybe in a BBC Sesh video or something, but it would be along the lines of like, things Ryan Reynolds should do in Wrexham, top 5 things. And like number 1 would be have a pint at the long pole.
Come on, Ryan Reynolds.
It's a funny video idea,
in
I
there.
think, because it's sarcastic, but not really.
No.
Not really. I actually would love to see him do the things I would propose.
Yeah.
I just know he wouldn't, which is what makes it funny as an idea.
We should have any input for that. Anything you'd like Ryan Reynolds to do in Wrexham? Put it in the comments, and we'll see if we can make it.
I suppose the joke would be
Video
that
of
he'd be
it.
going to one of Britain's hardest pubs, but if it's not one of Britain's hardest pubs anymore, then
No, I think it probably would be.
Well, he's
Oh,
played
would it still
hard
be?
roles, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Sure, he has.
I guess so.
Yeah.
No, it would just be funny because,
Deadpool's hard.
well, he of course he wouldn't go there.
No.
But like,
I guess so.
it's the long pole. Yeah. Anyway,
So he's obviously been in the Fat Boar.
Spread the good word.
He's definitely been in that pub.
I don't think he's been in the Fat Boar. The Turf, I think, is the only pub he's been in.
No, I'm sure he went to the Fat Boar.
Nope, I'm pretty sure he didn't.
I'm pretty sure he did, because there was like cars outside there one day.
I thought he went to the Tinnercapel in Monera.
Right. Okay.
That's right near you, the Coed Poeth area, isn't it?
Or although is that technically a restaurant? I don't know.
Well,
It's a pub
I
and a
mean,
restaurant, I think.
I think we can allow it. We can allow it.
We
Right.
can
What
allow
do
it.
we got
Moving
here?
on.
Next up,
They sell beer, don't
the
they?
Welsh government thing.
Pints.
The Welsh government thing in December 2021 when they said that anyone who wants a tree can have a tree. Do you remember that?
Nope.
No.
Well, in February 2022, they started to roll out hubs so you could get your tree and plant your tree. Anyway, I mean, if nobody remembers this, there's no point talking about
This
it.
is
But Welsh
mindless.
government did this thing where they said that everyone who wants a tree can have a tree, and it was like some sort of commitment to plant 1 million extra trees. And my dad was always like, "I'm gonna get a free tree." I don't think he did, but I don't know how many people were taking it seriously. But it doesn't sound very serious, does it? Everyone can get a tree that wants one.
Well, that implies, like before, like, oh,
You didn't
yeah.
get a tree then, James. I think you'd been well up for
they're
it.
implying, like, before. I wasn't wandering around thinking, oh, I'll get a tree, but first I'll have to ask the government for permission to get one.
Yeah.
You can just go out and buy them. They're in these garden centres.
No,
They're
but
in
it was a commitment from Welsh government that anyone who wanted a tree in Wales could have a tree to plant themselves.
Oh. But couldn't they do that anyway without the Welsh government saying
Well, no, because then you could go buy a tree.
Oh, they were giving away free trees.
What am I not explaining here? They were giving away a tree to everyone in Wales that wanted one.
Right, okay then.
Rather than
I thought they
buying
were implying, like,
Anyway, they
you don't
started
need
doing
planning
it.
permission
They started
for the tree.
doing it. They started doing it.
That's what I thought.
Ryan, by the way, on TikTok says that Ryan Reynolds was in Tinnercapel. Yeah.
He was. Does
apparently.
anybody out there know if he was in the Fat Boar?
He was definitely not in the Fat Boar. I know that. Work right next to the Fat Boar every day of my life.
Whoa, wait
Wasn't the
there.
one in Fat
Does
Boar?
anybody out there, before Rob says that he was definitely in there because I thought he was definitely in there because I saw some cars one night.
I couldn't possibly know, could I?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
He wasn't in the Fat Boar ever.
Oh, but
Right.
someone out there says, was he in the Fat Boar?
Gaz says,
I
bring
think
back
that
the
James
feathers.
is right, you know.
Wasn't the feathers by here? Was the feathers black peppers? Or am I making this up? The feathers pub?
No, the feathers is up there
That way.
on the corner.
On the
It's
corner that way.
Oh,
Yeah. Feather. I've seen the hotel. It's
the
the Feathers
European
Hotel. Yeah.
Convenience store now.
Well,
What
I
it's
think it's
called.
also flats before that, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's a corner of Charles Street. Yeah,
Yeah.
bring that back. Why not?
Bring it all back.
Right. What do we got here? Next up. Okay, we'll ignore the tree thing, but look it up because if you're in Wales, you can claim a free tree if you
Can
want
you
one.
still claim the tree?
Got
Yeah,
a
I'm
tree
pretty
house.
sure there was no. I don't think there was like a closed deadline. I think it was like if you want a tree, you get a tree.
If you want a tree, just call
Doesn't sound
up
real
and,
to me. Doesn't sound real
get
to
a
me.
tree.
Yeah. So next up, we got a couple of things. One quick one was just that Wrexham Council committed to helping refugees from Ukraine. Obviously, the war, began at this point in February 2022. So yes, that was just a positive commitment, cross-party. Everyone agreed. So that was nice.
That was
and
lovely.
then Theatre Clwyd, and that comes back later on, actually, towards the end in December when we got some stats on how many people did get support, which is good. Theatre Clwyd took over the William Aston Hall.
That is a big wow.
It potentially is. But like I say, this was like the beginning of the news in February. As far as I can tell, it's, when did I go to meet them? I went to meet them September or October. So things are now starting to happen. But yeah, this was fresh news in February that Theatre Clwyd would be the organisation, supporting. I don't know if taking over is the wrong word, but certainly they're the organisation that are part of booking events now at the William Aston Hall.
Which means they've got a greater clout now of people coming to Wrexham. Whereas before you'd have peripheral acts, fringe acts, and
Well, Theatre Clwyd
not so
itself,
well-known
the
people.
main body of the building is also closed for their massive refurbishment, which is going to
is
go on
it?
for years. So this is, oh God, what time are we on? We're on at 4:45. James, is the key in there? No. Our guest has arrived. Here you go. Just tell him to take a
key
seat on
man.
the bench.
Yeah.
Take a seat on the bench. But then can you also lock the door again once you've done it? To avoid any security issues, which we may have to deal with.
Oh my.
Right. Okay. So that's there. But then we move into March, and March was actually quite packed, I think. But I think we've got time to run through March before we have a break, which would make perfect sense. So we'll do that. Yes. Excellent. Bring back the feathers. Yes, exactly, Gaz. We do agree. I feel quite sad that I'll never get to see the feathers. Right, okay. I've got to hold on this. James, that was totally not what I asked you to do, but sugar, James. Come on. Right, James, come take a seat. Yeah, James, everybody, off camera, just did the opposite of what I was hoping he would do. Right, anyway, James, we can move into March.
second wreck.
We can move into March, but I would miss the S4C one because it's lacking context.
Yeah, okay.
And I would skip straight to, something else just while I deal with this.
Oh, Bootlegger releases a new book. I have no idea what the title of the book is called. Does anybody out there know what the title of the book was called this year?
I don't remember the name. I remember he did a book signing at Waterstones in town.
Waterstones. Was anybody there for the Waterstones book signing?
It was the same day as Comic Con, so I couldn't go.
Yeah, I'm a great fan of Bootlegger.
Yeah.
I think it is a great emblem for the Wrexham city. It is a city now, remember?
I've heard good things about the book.
I haven't seen the book, but I will get round to having a look at the book. Mm-hmm. But as I said, I'm a great fan of him. Mm-hmm. And what are we going on to?
Wrexham shortlisted for City of Culture 2025.
2025. So we're now on 2022. So the City of Culture, we've got at least 3, 4, 5, 2 years of hard work to make everything happen, haven't we, for the City of Culture? So if you've got any ideas for the City of Culture, if there's something that you want to do, then bring it on down, put it in the comments, and let's see what we can do with that.
Would you say we've got it in the bag?
Well, have we got it in the bag? City of Culture.
We have a sound effect for that somewhere, but it's too far away.
Oh, Rob. Owen can't push the button. It'll either be, wow, KFC, more cheese.
I don't
grommet.
remember which button it even is. So.
Well, it'll be lots of things going on. And, yeah. So, we're
what else we
getting
got?
the next guest is coming on ready, I think, in a bit.
Shortly.
But we're going to push through this and get through onto the next item, which
Masks no longer required.
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 Required. There's
Required.
a typo in here that no one's picked Rob up on. So
He's only human.
He's reprimanded me twice now for certain things that I should have done, which I haven't done. But let's not reprimand him on a slight.
Last time we did
spelling mistake.
not City of Culture, Year in Review, I had a mask on. Do you remember?
I do remember, yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not wearing one now.
No,
I think the situation, it did get better.
The thing I thought about masks was it's quite difficult to because as humans we tend to looking at people's faces and their expressions on their faces. But wearing a mask, you're just staring into people's eyes. Look into my eyes, not around the eyes. We're just staring into people's eyes, and sometimes I think that's just like awkward, isn't it? I think it is. So personally, I was really glad when the mask thing went. Because then you can see genuine expressions on people's faces.
Can you read my expression right now?
Yeah, he's angry.
Yeah.
He's like discerning. Show him how discerning you are. Yeah, that's discerning. Do happy. Is that happy?
I suppose it's hard to show happiness.
Looks like it's happy.
Yeah. But anger and sadness. Yeah. It's all anger and sadness.
I can't be bothered.
Oh, you're the.
I can't be bothered. Yeah.
That good.
Can't really see her on that. It doesn't work with the scarf, does it? So the masks went, and we was happy about that.
Visors all the way.
Would we like to see masks return? I don't think they really did anything.
Hopefully the situation won't call for it.
No. I think I've seen the odd person wearing a mask here and there, but by and large, I think people were glad to say adios muchacho to masks.
Oh, we've got a comment. It says... The Good, the Bad, and the Tasty is the name of the book, the bootlegger book that released this year.
Who was that?
That was Martin again.
Oh, Martin. The Good, the Bad, and
the Tasty.
Well done, Martin. Thank you for that. If we ever get a question again, just put it in the comments and we'll give you a shout out.
Yes, indeed.
Martin, you're on the ball. You're hip and happening with that answer.
Okay, we got 2 left now. Plaid announced 20 candidates for election.
Oh, right, yeah.
At
we are literally Mickey taken out of Rob's typo. Can't be bothered with spell check, so he's just running through it now, isn't he? But to be fair, he has been feverishly working over the weekend.
To be fair
to him, his mind inside has been crazy about Wrexham Borough Council, it's not Borough, County Council now, and it's just a hive of facts. So his brain's been doing that. He hasn't been bothered on the spelling. But he's going to come back in a minute. He's not going to know about that.
I mean, we understood what it was supposed to say.
We understood. We filled in the gaps.
Maybe we're just pedantic.
We were just being pedantic over Rob's typo errors.
But what have I misspelled?
You've missed out. Now he's saying, like, incredulous. Rob turns to the mic and says, what have I missed out?
We're not making fun of you.
We're not. We were just pointing it out ourselves.
We were complimenting you.
Which one is it?
In a backhanded...
the candidates.
Backhanded tennis smash way.
Shake of Council.
Wait, where are we down to? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plaid announced 20 candidate. Okay, I missed the T out, yeah.
Candidates.
For election to shake up council in inverted commas.
It's supposed to say 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, do you not remember this moment? Do you not remember what happened?
Wasn't this when Labour and someone joined forces down at the Senate there?
No.
Price?
This is nothing to do with the Senate. What are you talking about? This
right,
is the Wrexham Council local elections. It says here, Wrexham Council.
No, I was just filling in the lines with Plaid Cymru, because they did that, what was it, coalition with the Senate, with the Labour?
Well, specifically what this is pre-election time, so this is 2 months before, Plaid Cymru announced that they were going to have an extra... No, not an extra, but they had 20 candidates, which is more than previously.
Oh, right.
And they intended to have this many people standing in wards so that they could, in inverted commas, shake up the council.
Right,
This was just a story at the time that they had like a launch or something in South Saran. I think it was just a big story at the time because they were making a real push for it.
Did it shake him up?
Not really. We get to that a bit later though with the actual election.
We will
in
get
May.
back to that later on. We've got a big section on the local elections, and Rob's done some fantastic.
It's not that
graphics on
fantastic,
that.
but it's in there.
It is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So did you talk about the masks not being required anymore?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
We
you
did.
love that, didn't you, James?
We went through the masks. We
Yeah.
went through. We got Owen to do some impressions of angry and sad and
It's a shame you missed it.
with a mask on.
Mm.
Because I
Okay.
kind of struggled with the mask because I'm all about facial expressions, and I'm basically just staring into people's eyes when they've got a mask on,
Right. Okay.
which can be like, oh, I don't know what to say next.
Yeah.
And you have it led for some like, I don't know what to say next, and just people staring at each other because they key off people's expressions, don't they?
Mm.
I certainly do. I get along better when you can see their face.
Then the final point: Focus Wales lineup to South by Southwest. Yeah, which is nice. Welsh representation at the biggest festival.
Mm-hmm.
Well, was it technically the biggest festival? I mean, it's the biggest conference in the world, I think. But it happens in Texas every year.
Yeah,
and
Texas.
Oh, right,
Yeah, so
yeah.
they bring artists over, and yeah, I just thought it was cool. I mean, there's a lot of Focus Wales related news in here. You know, across the year, as you would expect. It's one
Yeah.
of the things that's on my radar. But yeah, I just thought that was a cool one because it's just a reminder again that Wales is represented quite well all across the world. And as we get to the World Cup later in this year, you know, it gets even more interesting. But you know, it started off really
It certainly does. Yeah.
started off there, quite cool. Yeah, and then we'll be up to April. But I think this is where we're going to take a slight pause. And,
Deviation.
just going to check these comments to see if we've got anything else. Wow, Martin Hayfield has commented so many times.
Yeah.
Just full disclosure, I had to put Martin Hayfield in a timeout earlier because he wrote a rude comment for the second week in a row, and
Keep it up, Matt.
not cool.
Not cool, Matt. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, but there are some more comments here.
All this engagement.
Facebook Market, yeah, the good, the bad, and the tasty. Yep, that's the name of Bootlegger's book. Have you read it?
No, we were just saying we haven't read
just
it.
saying-
I read some of it. I haven't finished it. I got it my dad for his birthday. Lol.
There was a book signing and we both missed it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is that at Waterstones?
It was at Waterstones,
Yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
I seem to be
Okay.
working a lot when all these things are happening in Wrexham. Maybe this year
Yeah.
I can try and take some time off from work and maybe just hang around in the middle of Wrexham.
Gaz says, spell check let you down, Rob. Yeah, I guess it did in many ways. I was typing pretty fast,
Yeah.
and it would have been Google that corrected it or didn't correct it. So yeah, you're quite right, Gaz.
Google's
It
fault.
did let me down. And then we've got, a bunch of comments on TikTok.
Just to
so what do we got
clarify-
here? Have you been to Stevie's Chippy and Roast? Somebody
Oh,
commented, I think 12 times in a row, 10 times in a row maybe. Yes is the answer. I have been to Stevie's Chippy. Somebody told me it shut down. I don't think it shut down, did it?
Is that
Stevie's Chippy didn't
that
shut
must
down.
be a different Stevie's Chippy.
Yeah, but then the one in Roast, it's black and white. It's on Market Street or whatever the main street is called. High Street or Market
Probably
Street.
meant Stevie's in Wrexham.
No, they're talking about Roast. It says in Roast.
The other person I met who said it was
Oh,
down,
as in they mean the one that's now Bellevue Fish Bar. Yeah, okay, I guess that's possible. Ryan says up to town, confirmed about Tennercapel. Good. Yeah, somebody else said Bootlegger's book was the good, the bad, and the tasty.
Was that Ryan Reynolds that
It
said
was Ryan Reynolds, yeah. Is it Ryan.priv? It's Ryan Reynolds' private TikTok.
Right. Dot Priv. That is actually in.
And then Nadia watches our videos and says she loves them. Thank you very much, Nadia.
Thank you.
If that is him, Ryan Dot Priv?
I don't know. It could be Harry, not Harry. Ryan, are you
Are
Ryan
you
Reynolds
really
in
Ryan
disguise?
Reynolds? Because if you are, Rob famously watched your film 100 times,
I did.
and you famously failed to ring him.
I don't know how
Just-
famously
just-
that bit was.
Just putting that out there.
Right.
Is it infamously?
Again,
It'd definitely be infamous, yeah, to start with.
it is infamous.
Right. Okay. So
100
we have
times in this room.
we've got a guest joining us today, and I propose that what we do is I shift over back to the desk here, and we're all on at the same time. And I think we talk to our guests. We also maybe cover some more of these topics though, which would
Of
be
course.
interesting. Get some different points of view on them as we keep going. All right. Yes. Please
Can I
come
ask
on
a
over.
question before that happens?
Yes.
What does SXSW? What is
South
that?
by Southwest.
Oh, right. South,
Name of the festival, James.
South by Southwest. So the
Mm-hmm.
X is by.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Makes
times.
no sense whatsoever. X.
It's like a math equation.
Why didn't
It
he
does
just
make
put a-
sense.
Oh, spy.
We got here. Camera 2 looks good, doesn't it? Yes.
We're,
Good.
we're mixing
Yeah. Come on here.
maths notation with English, which
Yeah.
is...
It was like 4x4.
It's confused me a bit. It's a bit of a mind scramble.
All right, we're going to need
Sorry.
to get set here, aren't we? Camera 2's a bit weird. It's fine. Camera 1, I'm out. All right, looking at that, James, you see that screen on the monitor?
Yeah.
Right. I think...
Glasses.
That way, yeah. Right.
Go on.
Yeah, but I'm out. So I think
You're in.
if you two go further, so Owen, you go closer to James, and we all shift to the right slightly. I think we'll all fit.
If you move a couple of inches in, you'll be right on there, Rob. There you go. You're
Yeah,
in.
I think I'm all right now, aren't I? Yeah, that's good. That's good.
We
All
could
right,
be
great.
see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, and an extra, I don't know, cycling no evil, whatever that means.
Yes, indeed. But first things first, we are joined by our special guest. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Low Misery. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you
Thanks
too.
for having me.
Have you met James or Owen before? I can't remember.
Sorry,
No, don't think
what was
so.
your name again?
Low Misery. Oh, Ali.
Alex.
Yes. So one thing, we'll James, we'll get you to talk about this in a second, but you'll need to be right on the mic, your mouth almost on it. So yeah, feel free to adjust that as you need to, and yeah, explain to James what you do, because I know he has seen you perform. I'm sure he has, but he needs his memory. He needs to be reminded. So go on, tell us what you do.
So I make pop punk music. Well, I have been for the past 2 years, but before that, for about 5-6 years, I used to make hip hop music.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Trap.
Okay.
I started off with the Larynx, actually. You probably heard them in Wrexham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was like, I think 7 of us at the beginning. And it was all hip hop at the moment. We all just used to like spit over boom bap beats. We used to perform up and down the country. It was really good, to be fair.
Right.
And then, I don't know, I always felt like something was dragging me towards the kind of music that I make now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never really able to kind of make the kind of content I wanted with just hip hop. I felt like I was too limited.
Mm-hmm.
So I started learning to sing, I think about 4 years ago now. And I started doing pop punk. Funny enough, a lot of people, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's a good. Strikes me as being a new genre. Is it a new genre?
I wouldn't say
Not
it's
really.
a new genre. It's been going around for a while. It was most popular in like early 2000s.
Give me an example. Another example of.
Yeah, you've
pop-
definitely listened to it, James.
So
Okay.
like
Blink
Blink-182, Sum 41, My Chemical Romance, Neck Deep. From
Right. Yes. Sum 41. Yes.
Yeah, so it's
Definitely heard some of it. Yeah.
it's music like that. Funny
Right.
enough, a lot of people hate on this, but MGK inspired me to kind of like shift over into the genre because
Right.
he was doing hip hop for the majority of his
Yeah,
career. And then I've noticed because of that beef that he had.
It
with
was
Eminem.
reminding me when you told the story.
Yeah, because he had that beef with Eminem, and then I just remember he switched genre. To be fair, Suits and Bear, he makes much better music at the moment. But I kind of thought to myself, if he can do it,
Mm-hmm.
why not?
Ah, good.
Give it a try.
Inspirational.
It's the best thing I ever tried so far.
Are you happy, Alex, with the shift?
Yeah, to be honest, I've been able to make the best content I've ever made so far. I don't think I've ever been as content as this with my music so far. I haven't performed live yet since I started doing it. I've been just focusing so much on releasing, putting stuff out there. But it's been a really productive year, to be fair. It's been a bit of a difficult year. It's been a bit of a challenging year from the beginning to the end. But as a result of that, I've been able to come up with some good content.
Mm-hmm.
A song that I released, I think it was in August, called False Pretenses. It's nearly got 70,000 views on Spotify now, and that's just since August.
That's
And
great.
For years, I'd be releasing stuff and it just flop. It'd never get any views. Never really go more than a couple thousand. But this one was like it's peaked. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon by the start of next year, early next year, we'll reach 100,000k. So
Oh, nice.
I think I've definitely gone in the right direction in terms of music. I think I found something I was meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've brought up your thing on the thing here to show
we can
James
see
just a
it.
little bit of what that looks like. I mean, this is the YouTube channel to show you a bit of what the logo and everything looks like, James.
Yeah, just seeing
But
it now.
the reason I know that you would have you would have seen the performances and things before is because the music video we made for the waiting game, which was back when you were doing more hip hop.
Right, yeah.
Do you remember? You definitely helped out, James.
Yeah, he was
you
in the
did.
band, wasn't it?
Well, it was him.
Yeah. It was him, yeah. I thought I recognised.
Yeah, he's right
Yes.
here. Yeah.
We filmed that in
Indegin.
Degin, yeah.
That's like 5 years ago now.
5, God.
Must have
does-
been.
close to
Must
5
have been.
Where,
Yeah.
where
A
does
while
it-
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before my time.
Thanks for the reminder. I thought I recognised his face.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen you around voice box quite a few times.
Can't remember the was it One Life, Two Ways? Was it? No, it wasn't that
One Life, Two Ways. No, that was Faded Strangers. That was
Faded-
another video we did that same
So
year.
what was the one with the...
So this one in particular was, so we had Julia and David were like a
Yes.
couple,
Yeah,
and then, you were performing in the room surrounded by the long strip
I
lights.
remember it.
So it looked really cool with
Yeah,
those
yeah.
lights. And
Yeah,
then
good.
it jumped back and forth between those bits, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to do something with UV paint and UV lights, and it was okay. The makeup wasn't amazing for
Yeah.
it, but it did look cool, and we got it up.
I thought the lady did
Yeah.
really good makeup, to be fair.
Yeah.
I thought she smashed it.
You
with
had a
the
skull
makeup.
on.
Yeah.
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 We got some really cool shots, and you did an amazing job on that video.
Oh, thank you very much.
By far the highest quality video I've ever had to date.
Yeah, and
Honestly. The
Well done to the
Well-
performers, David and Julia.
What was
which I
it?
I was
remember
really
now.
grateful for them coming out and helping with the video as
Yeah.
well.
Something was happening. What was it? I think it was Voicebox, and it was Indegin. So yeah, what year would that have been? I guess it's very likely it was 2017, the first time I saw you play. And I saw your set at Voicebox, and you performed that song, and it was the first time I'd seen it. And yeah, I thought it was amazing because
you,
I'd
man.
never heard of you, and then since, and I have to say, like in particular, this song, this new one you've got called Demons. I think this is maybe your best song, Demons.
Oh, thank you.
It's really good.
Thank you. I
Really
really
good.
appreciate that.
I would love to know the process of how you've been recording this new music and how you get to a complete track like this, because there's a lot going on with guitars and everything.
So I work with a lot of producers online, and so like last person I've worked with, person I work majority of the time at the moment with would be Gaxi. So he's a producer from, I'm pretty sure it's Ukraine, might be Russia.
Okay.
But he just makes amazing instrumental. So the way I do it is I'll find an instrumental that I really, really like.
Yeah.
I've got a weird selection process that has to give me goosebumps. If I listen to a beat and I don't get goosebumps, I don't use it. It's not it. And so
That's a really good way to
That's
do
good.
something.
yeah, it's like if it makes me feel something, because the instrumental itself is like, just as important as the rest of the track. Because
Right.
it's the melody that makes you feel what the lyrics are transpiring in the song as well. They go hand in hand. But majority of the beats that he produces are amazing. So I always get it from them. I'll find a beat, and then I'll probably sit down for about an hour or two. I'll write like vigorously, and then I'll get down to recording. A lot of the time I like to write while I'm recording. I never used to. When I used to have to use private studios, I used to have to write everything down before you went to the studio, and you've got like a limited time slot where you have to get everything done, and it's just a nightmare. So I bought my own setup at home, so I've been recording in my own house for about 5 years now.
Okay.
And it's really good, to be fair. It's helped me a lot with finding my sound, my voice, and learn how to do everything hands-on myself, because I've never trusted people with my voice, like with my stuff. No one can really get it exactly to how it sounds in your head as you can. So the only way to have control of that is to learn it yourself. So I did that, and now I just find a beat, I'll record, I'll write. And it usually takes me about anywhere between 5 to 10 hours to do a song.
Okay.
And I'll do that all in one sitting.
Right.
So-
That's a big sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bloody
by
hell.
the end of the day, my ears are ringing. I got mad tinnitus.
So that's a complete song, lyrics,
Yeah, lyrics,
bass, and all the things, the
songs.
tracks laid down, finished, complete.
Mix it all myself, get it all mastered, and then it's all ready to go. Sometimes I
Wow.
come back to it. It depends if a song needs more work, then I usually might come back to like another day or two. But aside from that, usually just one day is enough.
Wow.
Okay, so that music then that's on Demons, that track. By the way, it's YouTube, Lil Misery. If you want to go listen to Demons, it is fantastic.
Thank you.
So the music itself, then the guitar parts and stuff like that, that's been created by a producer, and that's the thing you heard that gave you goosebumps, that inspired you to then complete the song. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Like, so the song of Demons is kind of like, it's about having all these issues going on in your head. It's like, it's almost like these thoughts screaming at you non-stop, like stress, anxiety. Like, I deal with a lot of mental health. I've got BPD. So on a daily basis, it's like a constant battle with your thoughts, really. And it's like, you're never really in one place, it's always either the one end of the spectrum or the other, and it's always extreme. So it's kind of like a song is kind of about like your demons. It's kind of like how it can, if you're not careful, it can make you lose your mind. You know, if you don't learn how to deal with it properly. And like if you watch the video, a lot of it's like there's almost kind of like a story in it. So it's like it was based in like an empty asylum, and we didn't even know it was going to be there at first. It was kind of like it was a very hectic day when we were shooting.
Yeah, where is this?
It's like somewhere in the middle of Flint and.
I've just put it on our monitor so they can see what he's talking about. Yeah, where is this then? Flint.
It's in Chlock somewhere in Flintshire. Just by sheer coincidence, we managed to actually get there on the day to shoot. Everyone bailed. A lot of people cancelled, and it was luckily one of my best mates pulled through. Shout out Lewis Almer, and we managed to hitch a ride with my friend Glyn, and he took us because he was going to work in Domino's at the time, and it was in Flintshire, so we were lucky enough to hop in with him. He dropped us off at these random gates where, like, in the middle of nowhere. Like, if you go to like the start of the video, there's like you'll see all these like forest area trees. Like, we had no idea where we were.
There it is.
Yeah, we weren't even sure that was going to be there. We were just kind of like, oh fuck, if he drops us off now and we're stuck here for 5 hours, we've got no way to get back. But luckily, it was there. We found him, and the video is kind of about losing your mind. Like, if you notice, there's like there'll be 2 versions of me in a video. And one of those versions ends up staying behind in that place while the other leaves. It's kind of like...
Great makeup.
Thank you.
Where's the straight jacket from? You're wearing a straight jacket in this video.
Yeah.
I've had that for a long time, surprisingly. I won't say why.
That is something.
But yeah, it's always been something that I wanted to use in a video, and I think it like perfectly emphasizes kind of like the emotion in the video and like the vibe of it.
Yeah, it's
found
cool.
footage vibes.
So this building,
Yeah.
who suggested the location for this building?
So I've always been some sort of like a bit of an avid urban explorer. Like, even from a young age, we used to explore places with my friends like Denby Asylum, Holywell.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Before they started getting refurbished and everything, people missed out nowadays because you can't go anymore. It's all built up. But before, it was like full access. And we used to love doing that kind of stuff. So I always had kind of a good idea of like things like asylums in the area and stuff like that, because it just always intrigued me. Like, I love exploring places like that. But I've always wanted to make a video and shoot one in a place like that. But the only place that's left open now is this place. So we were lucky enough to like find it. Yeah. Just by sheer coincidence, we're just looking up at random places, like from urban exploring online, and this came up in the area. I was like, oh, bloody, that was perfect. So we went there, never been there before, and just shot the video in like 3-4 hours, and then went back.
I'd like to urban explore that town next to Chernobyl.
Oh,
have you seen the pictures of it?
Pripyat?
It's got like a fun fair, and it's all overgrown, and it's just like an amazing look of a place. When nature's really taken over, it sort of overcomes man's buildings and just engulfed it in this shrubbery and moss and everything just over the buildings. Looks really fantastic.
It is really amazing. It'd be awesome to see, because everyone that had to leave that town literally had to leave within like minutes. Fair enough, they were like 3 days late announcing to them like, oh, there's radioactivity in the area that could give you cancer.
They just went, didn't they?
But yeah, everyone just left their lives behind. It was crazy, and everything's still left behind. I wouldn't touch anything because the radioactivity on that would probably kill you.
Sure, I read somewhere that you could do a visit to it.
You can do like guided tours in Chernobyl. Yeah. It's still a bit risky. Or
with a lead vest.
Yeah.
And a lead hat.
I'd love to do it, but I'd be too scared of the radiation exposure. Because like, you get enough of that in 5 years, you're dead.
I'm sure they give you one of those tags where I worked at it was a medical factory.
Right,
we was doing a refurb, but it involved radioactive isotopes. So we had to wear these badges, and every I don't know, 30 minutes it would go click, and the number would go up. And as soon as it reached 29 or 30, you couldn't work in there anymore. You had to go out.
It was like a Geiger.
It was dead scary. There was Geiger counters in there, and I picked one up one day, and I was doing the air, and it was like tick, 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 tick. I put it in the bin. It went off the scale.
That's crazy.
I thought, oh my God.
Radioactive bin.
Yeah, they had bins in there.
From an neck.
I put it in the bin, and I thought, oh my God, I'm getting out of here right now.
You won't find me dead in a place
Proper
like
scared me, it did. The Geiger counter
Good
going on.
God.
It's the first time I've ever used a Geiger counter as well.
Okay, yeah, Geiger count is interesting, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it was very, very interesting.
So then, specifically, then about this music and this you know, the way everything's coming together for Lil Misery, and that, I don't know if I'd call it a project. It's more than a project, isn't it, really? What is the thing that you're working on at the moment? Is it more music, or like you said, you're going to try and play live? Is that something you're thinking about too?
So I'm on my 9th year now of making music.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like scaring me in a way, because like I'm nowhere close to where I want to be. I'm getting there, but I feel like this year I've got to put in a lot of work. I've got to make sure that I'm going to practice more singing. I'm going to get more vocal lessons. I've got an EP coming out on the 13th as well, Friday 13th.
Of Jan?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Lucky day. It's
2 weeks, that is 2 weeks today.
2 weeks today.
It is 2
Really
weeks today, yeah.
Really excited, to be fair. This one's going to be I've worked quite hard on this one. I've managed to get a feature with really 2 cool artists from the UK as well that do pop punk music.
Okay.
So just by coincidence, I managed to like become friends with them. I got invited to a group chat, and yeah, we all just clicked. I think the artist that invited me was called 27, so shout out to you for making it possible.
Yeah.
And so my friend Chris Dwyer, or Young Sid, and another artist called Baby Doll are going to be on a track which we did. We had a few hiccups along the way doing this track. It took a lot of clearing and a lot of back and forth work, but I definitely feel like it's the best collaboration track that I've done so far. And I feel like the EP itself is going to bring a new level to my music, so I'm quite excited to show people what I've made so far. But
cool.
Very nice.
hopefully I can release about at least 3 singles a month starting in January, so that I can consistently put material out there.
3 singles a month is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money as well. It's the only thing that's ever held me back with music is how much it costs.
Where's the costs in that?
So you got to pay for leases, you got distribution.
Oh, so this is the music you're using from the producers in the first place? Yeah, okay.
And even that, you have to split royalties. So say, for example, you can buy various leases for producers for songs. You can buy like a simple one, which is like 30, 40 quid. The ones that I buy are unlimited leases, and they cost about anywhere from 100 to 150 pounds per song. And that only gives you 50% ownership of the song and publishers' rights. So I'd only make 50% back from the streams on that track. And so you got to pay for that. You've got to then also pay for the mastering. You've got to pay for the distribution, the marketing. If there's anything that you have to clear or anything that you have to cover the costs of first, you have to make sure that's fine. And then once you do all that, then there's every song. Like for example, in January I did an album where I think I had 18 songs on it. And you got to imagine every single one of those instrumentals cost anywhere between 100 to 150 pounds. So it adds up. And I think that this year so far I spent like anywhere between 5 to 6 grand just on music alone.
What about writing the music?
Writing music is free, luckily. But
no, but I mean, like, have you ever produced your own, track?
As in like
the instrumental part?
No, I'm clueless when it comes to that. Okay. I've always wanted to learn, but I feel like it'd be a few years before I could even make the stuff that I wanted to be able to make quality-wise before I could start using my own beats. Yeah. So I've always just stuck with producers because I wanted to focus more on my vocals rather than learning any other skills at the moment, because I feel like it's the only way I'm going to progress. I've still got such a long way to go, but hopefully with the right people around me, then
I know what James must be bursting to ask you. He's going to ask you what success looks like, because he can't wait to say that.
I was going to ask him, what's the success top of the tree for Little Misery?
For me,
top of the tree. Top of the tree.
Yeah, that's good reference. Christmas wise,
it's a good reference, isn't it? You like that, Rob?
Like the end game, you'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd want to make enough money to make a career out of it, I think. But I don't mainly do it for the career aspect of it. Yeah. I honestly don't think I'd be able to work a normal life, because I don't think my mind was made to kind of slave away in a 9-to-5 job till 65 and retire. I struggle to keep jobs, because
what a creative talent that you are.
Yeah, I'm a Capricorn, man. We just we struggle in the 9 to 5.
So am I.
Yeah.
What day are you born?
28th.
We have 2 Capricorns in the house.
December.
December. Wow, that's
2 days ago.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
Happy
birthday.
Owen's not a Capricorn.
25.
What are you, Owen?
Gemini, I think.
Gemini.
It's a good star sign.
I'm the scales. It's the only horoscope sign that's an inanimate object.
Which one?
The
Scales?
Librans. Yeah.
It's a good star sign. I mean, there's a lot of good aspects to that star sign.
There is a lot of aspects to it. No, what I meant was ambition-wise. What about the accolades? Do you want a boatload of accolades, lots of Grammys and all these other gongs and things that you can get as a musician?
To be honest, as long as I can get my music out there to reach enough people, that's all that matters to me. Because the reason I started making music is because I never had music that I could personally like relate to, because not many people are willing to write about stuff that is as controversial because they're scared of putting it out there in case of backlash, or it's like, oh, you can't say that, it's too serious. I don't care about that.
No,
so, like, I'll put exactly how I feel on a song, with the hope that maybe not only if it's like just therapeutic for me, but maybe there's a chance that there's someone out there who's also going through the same stuff.
Of course.
Can listen to that and feel like, okay, that relates more to me. And maybe it will help them through a hard time. Because I've been getting a lot of messages, and it's been really nice, to be fair, from people like in Ukraine, Russia, different countries around the world, just telling me that my music has got them through like whatever they were going through. Yeah. And I'd never even contemplated that would ever be a possibility, because to me, I'm just some kid making music in a basic setup in my bedroom. But like the idea that it's actually not only helping me but other people as well, that's more rewarding than anything career would bring. It would be nice to like have a stable future from it, because all my entire life, me and my mum have just always like struggled financially. It's been like, I think we never lived in a place for more than 2 years at a time. So it'd be nice if I can make enough money so I can make sure my mum and little brother's set for life. And then anything after that is just bonus. But as long as I can make a comfortable living off it, that'll be enough for me, really. It'd just be nice to travel the world to, of course, just perform and do something that you actually love and get paid for it. So are you imagining doing a live set now? Yeah, like I'd love to. I used to perform all the times, but I haven't done so much with the singing, just because I haven't. What's it called? It's much different when you're recording in the studio to when you're performing live. Yeah, of course. I've got to do a lot of preparation, because I don't want to do a show and then for it to flop, or for me not to be able to hit the standard I want to give people. Which artist? I think there's a few artists that create like an alter ego for their stage persona, and I know Beyonce. Beyonce famously has an alter ego that says a bitch and all this stuff. What? She says all these words and stuff, doesn't she, in the lyrics, some of the lyrics, and she says, well, I get round that because my alter ego is saying that. So it's not her that's saying it. So anything that she does on stage, or anything what goes on tour or whatever, that's her alter ego. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
When she took that bank down and with all that money, that was her alter ego. It wasn't her. A lot of artists do develop personas, like when they do music. Like, best example is Eminem with Slim Shady when he started. Yeah, that was an alter ego. Many artists do it. David Bowie famously created Ziggy Stardust. So Tyler the Creator had a couple. And there's a lot of artists who use alter egos because it creates a character. It removes that restrictions of it being completely by yourself. Because it's not you. Yeah, so you something completely new. Exactly. So devoid of your history. There's brand new going on the stage. So we expect to see you, alter ego, Little Misery, smashing it up over the UK, over Europe, around the world, and inviting me, Owen, and Thing as the crew. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Owen and Rob, on the crew. Definitely. So I'll send you backstage tickets. Is that a promise? Promise. You've got it on video here. If he hits the big time, we're his backing crew. Hell yeah. And he's not a man that breaks his promise. Hi, you Little Misery. Hell no. 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 No, that's a round the world trip for nothing, Rob, that I've acquired right here. I think you should spin our Wheel of Fortune. I think you should. That's what I've seen this before. Explain this to me, because this looks really interesting. I think if you go up to it, James will show you what to do. Yeah. Awesome. Come on. Camera 4. Oh, camera 4 is out the way. I hit the mic accidentally there, Rob. What are you doing, man? No, I won't. I'm just going to tweak this. No, you're not on the football camera. For some reason, it's out. So you spin the wheel, you push it by these little tags on the front. You famously, and then just spin it around, and then it will stop on a category. All right, it's going to spin the wheel. And then you might be able to score a goal against me with the camera. Okay, here we go. Shocking at football, just to let you know. I'm shocking a goalkeeper. So it'll be a battle of the giants of shocking. I've always wanted to do one of these. That's so good.
Big day. Yep.
Might win. Oh my gosh, you might win. No, you didn't. You didn't win.
So we're on question mark. Whatever the question mark is.
Yeah. Well, come on down, and we'll do the final question because I know what we'll do. Come on, we'll do. Yeah.
We've asked lots of questions already.
We have indeed. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do, I think, some questions related to our next item here because, obviously, there's more people with knowledge of Wrexham. So let's have a look at this thing. What have we got up here? We have got April is what we're up to, isn't it, James? So I think what we'll do is we'll just run through April and we'll get your opinion on these big things that happened.
Can I just say...
There are three there are two stupid things on this section, but there's one good one.
Can I just say one thing? Yeah. My friend, who's also called Alex, he's driving tonight. He's on his gig. He's going to come in and do some guitar work for us. He's promised to do that.
Alex,
he's the front man for a
big
tribute
Alex.
Band for like Kiss.
The Big Beat.
No, I don't. No, not the Big Beats. I'm not Tuning Beach neither.
No, okay.
Every week I'm going to try and get Tuning Beach into the conversations.
Yeah, no, yeah. Try your best. That's good.
It's a really good thing.
Right, April.
Yeah.
April, and then we'll let you go. Don't worry. But I think this is a good thing to do. Let's try it then. So Calon FM opened their new studios in April. James, where is their new studio? Do you even know?
Well, I've just seen them, and they're on the back
Aaron
end.
might be watching this. I hope I get it right.
Alan, yeah. Hello, Alan.
Yeah.
It's in the Queen Square there, where Chapter Court and all its little things is.
Yeah, it's in the Enterprise Hub, right?
Yeah. He's there. But he's also got. I thought you meant the new place.
Are we allowed to know that? Did we dox them? I don't know. I hope that's cool.
No. We was there, wasn't we? Well,
we went there. I think we went there.
Yeah.
Have we been in there? I can't remember. Have you been on Calon FM? You must have been.
I've been on Calon FM a few times with Wayne and Matthew as well, Matthew Winston.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So where have they moved to now? They're not in the uni anymore.
No, they're not in the uni. They haven't been in the uni for ages now. So they opened. It opened April this year. It's in the Enterprise Hub on Queen Square.
Oh shit.
They're actually in the shop. Few doors down now, aren't they?
Oh, okay. I might be I might be wrong then. But I thought it was there.
I'm not wrong because I walked past the shop not long ago when I went to get the.
Oh wait, are you saying that it's one of those units that Chapter Court got that looks to me like they're going to smash it through so you can enter or something?
He's already. They're in the window like
they're already
us.
smashing it up, are they? They're in the window like us?
Yeah, performing.
Maybe that means a joke, because the other day when I said we were live in the window, I think he replied to something saying that we should be in their studio. And obviously that went over my head, but I guess maybe what he was joking about was the fact that they are in the window.
They are live in the window.
Wow.
So they've actually moved from the
Who did it first? Did we do it first?
No, I don't know.
I think we did it first.
If you're listening, Alan, did you do it first or did we? When did we do this?
I think we've been live in the window longer. When did we do this thing? It was a good point. Isn't it a month
it's
now?
The
2
month,
months.
yeah. So
no, it's 6 weeks.
Was
6 weeks ago, first one.
Was it?
This is number 3.
Is the third one. Yeah. So
6 weeks ago, or not, James? How long ago did you walk past this place?
Well, it was last week for definite, and today I've definitely walked past it.
Right, because that'll be in December 2022, won't it? Because I don't think there's been a thing yet that says they're in a different place.
Oh, right.
I'm pretty certain this article I looked at was about relocating to the Enterprise Hub.
Oh, right, yeah. So we definitely knew they were there because we talked to them and we asked them because we were downstairs, haven't we?
Right, maybe I just didn't know.
No.
But, there you go. I guess Aaron's not watching because he's not commented to correct me, but that's fine. He might see it at some point. Okay, sound. All right, then number 2. Right, James, you'll like this one.
Go on.
Tim Vincent opened the new Jolly store in Wrexham.
Once again.
Jollies. I don't even know where Jollies is.
I thought you said Johnny's.
I don't know where Jollies is.
I don't know where Jollies is. I don't know what Jollies is. Once again, I was not in Wrexham.
Is that like a sweet stop or something?
It's something. It looked to me like it was by Burger King. Does anyone on TikTok know where Jollies is?
Or what Jollies is?
Or what Jollies is? Because I flicked through this article and I was just like, it's so funny that I can't not put this in. Tim Vincent's. It's a good any opportunity to mention Tim Vincent's good.
I
with
have
me.
met Tim Vincent once.
Right, have you now? Okay.
Yeah, he was in a headlock in a nightclub.
Right. Wow.
In Pepper's nightclub.
Peppers. Oh,
yeah,
wow. Okay.
So there was a gang of lads, and one of them said, we was just talking, and he turned up with Tim Vincent in a headlock saying, look who I've got here. Because he was from Mark Wheel. And he
Right.
goes, hiya, Tim. And he was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Oh, Nadia says it's a pet shop. Maybe Tim Vincent loves pets.
Yeah, pet shops.
Does Tim Vincent love pets? I don't know.
Please. Well done, Nadia. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. We still don't know where it is. Where is
No, we
it?
still don't know where it is. It's somewhere.
Can Nadia also tell us the location?
Well, I think it's by, but then that's B&M Bargains, apparently. I thought that was still Pound Stretcher.
Oh, right, Jollies. Oh, yeah, it might be, actually.
Oh, gosh, have I broken it?
I think that
No, I
there
haven't
is a
broken
pet
it.
shop there.
Right, okay. Then the third and final thing of April is a local bingo caller won a holiday live on Anton Deck's Saturday Night Takeaway.
Oh, right.
That was a news story.
That's a
Must
fantastically...
have
Did anyone remember that happening?
That is a fantastic feel-good story. You mean? And if anybody in Wrexham wants to...
Yeah.
we're getting shouted at in the window. If anybody wants to...
Got some local people walking past shouting. Love that.
shouting, yay, way up the
Okay.
big
Love Wrexham.
bingo caller.
Love Wrexham magazine.
So if anybody else has done anything famous in Wrexham, then give us a shout.
Well, yeah, but so you're telling me then you don't remember this happening.
I definitely don't.
You don't.
I didn't get to watch Ant and Dec this year on Saturday Night Takeaway.
Neither have I.
was
I'm a
working.
streaming kid now. I just
okay.
stream all day long.
You can stream to ITV Hub or
just
Oh, I
something.
could have watched ITV Hub, you're right.
I've never watched ITV Hub. It's ITVX now.
No, I think Hub still is a thing.
refreshingly
I think
fresh,
there's
isn't
both.
Is it the Hub?
I thought it was the same thing.
I've never
Both-
watched anything
both
on
were
there,
happening.
if I'm honest.
Right, okay. Well, that was fun. Yeah, a local bingo caller won a holiday on Anton Deck's Saturday Night Takeaway. And that guy, Jordan, I've forgotten his name. Didn't he win I'm a Celebrity the year before? Jordan. No one remembers
Does
quick enough.
anybody know what the Jordan was?
Jordan, he's a presenter on the radio. He's on everything, man. He hosts
Oh.
loads of stuff. He was the king of the jungle last year.
right, yeah.
Anyway, he was in Wrexham in the bingo hall, and
was
the
he?
photo from the article was like the bingo caller with Jordan. Forgotten his last name.
Yeah, Jordan, what's his face?
Yeah,
If we can say that.
Jordan.
Does
What's his
anybody
face?
know that if the bingo caller is listening or watching or anybody's related to them?
Yeah, if anyone knows the bingo caller, that would be
Yeah.
a fun person to get in.
Can we
Let's
ask
have him on
them?
the show.
Bring him on.
Yeah, we want you on the show. We want
want
you
you
on
to spin
show
this
next
wheel.
Time. You can talk to us about what it's like to win on Saturday Night Live.
Final questions for Alex, and then we'll move on to the second half of the year. Well, not quite. We're on May. But yeah, any final questions, James?
We're going to have to...
Before we let our guests go? I mean, actually, one thing you should do is tell people just one more time where they can find your stuff, because that's the most important thing.
Me?
Yes.
You can find my stuff every platform at the moment. It's Spotify, Apple Music. Best place to go is... I'm trying to remember my Instagram handle. It's the real... Is it? Let me double check for you.
Have you not got a link tree?
Double
I
checking.
do have a link tree.
Yes.
Linktree.
If you just type in the link tree and then /misfit, which is my old name, but I wasn't able to change the link.
Someone watching? Is he watching
I
us?
don't know who that was. I don't know
he's
who that
watching
was.
us.
Someone
it
walked
was
past
a
the
very
window and they're
positive
watching
wave.
us
Hello,
through the
dude.
window.
It was the
watching
kind
us.
of wave that suggested they were watching it as they were waving.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
he
I'm
showed
on.
his phone.
But I don't know. Yeah, he did show his phone.
He did show his phone.
That's good. I mean, that's the benefit of being in the window. As
Thanks
as
for
Aaron
watching,
and Aaron
guy.
will know.
Anybody can walk past and wave their phone if they're watching.
Anything could happen. Okay, yeah. All right.
Anything-
That's good.
Yeah.
But James, final question.
Final question for Alex.
Yeah, then we're going to let him
So,
go.
are we definitely seeing a live tour this year? Are you going to pull it out the
I
bag?
very much hope so, yeah. I'm going to put a lot of work in.
Yeah.
I'm going to book in some studio sessions with Mike and Vic again.
Create that alter ego.
Yeah, I mean,
Alex, the platform live.
I think
Misery.
Little Misery is me in
Yeah.
a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bit of I like it because it's an oxymoron, because you can't have a little bit of misery, can you? Misery is
Oh,
like
right,
at the
yeah,
end of the
of course.
spectrum. So
Okay.
it's kind of like the clash in my head between the states of up and down. So, but yeah,
He's going to do it, folks.
what you'll see is the real side of me. Really.
Brilliant.
It's like everything that you hear in my music is things that I would probably never be comfortable enough to say in a conversation in person, but
That's
it
deep.
represents how I really feel on the inside. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
as long as I can help some people other than myself, then I
That
feel
is
like I've
deep.
done my thing.
I will certainly be having a look at your stuff when I go home.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
No, you're
I hope
welcome.
you enjoy listening to it.
I will link and subscribe.
Thank you.
Excellent.
You're
Same
welcome.
goes for you. Send me your links.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
cheers.
give you a shout out. And
All right.
We really appreciate you coming on, by the way.
no, thank you so much for having me, guys. It's been really cool.
No, thank
I
you.
love
Yeah,
what you
thank you
guys
for
got
coming
doing
on.
here, and I think it's going to go a long way. It's nice to have some local podcasts that are doing something like that.
Remember your promise.
You
You're
don't see enough
famous.
of this.
We're crew. We'll be
James
a
really
PR.
wants to go on tour.
Yeah, you have to pay for us to go on tour with you.
I'd pay to go see that. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
go on.
Yeah.
And you never
We'll
know,
look
you-
after all the technical side.
you
Rob
never-
will.
you never
Yeah,
know, you
yeah.
might get
I'll check his
stressed out.
spelling for him.
as well.
Yeah.
Right,
Bit of
okay.
PR, bit of
We
motivation.
do.
Away we go.
Right, so final thing then, that was the next release was, just so I got this spot on, January 13th, so 2 weeks today, you're releasing an EP, it'll be on Spotify, Lil Misery.
Low Misery, yeah.
Perfect.
So, new EP, Dead Romance, coming out Friday 13th January. And I can't wait to show you all.
All right, thank you very much for coming
Thank
on.
you very much,
Thank
Alex.
you very much for having
Little
me.
misery there.
Nice meeting you all.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
All right,
Great
cheers.
success.
Likewise.
The
I
new.
look forward to seeing you guys on tour.
Yes.
Yes, see you around.
He's going to keep his promise.
All right, which camera are we on right now? Oh, do you know what? I think we're set. I think we're already set. I don't think I need to adjust anything.
Are we set?
I can just move into camera one like that.
You're in.
I'm in. That's camera one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Oh, wonderful. How much time have I got left on this? Not a huge amount, but we'll be okay. Right. Let's get these headphones back on. We're back into live in the window. Year in review. I've got camera 4 here. Do you want to watch me adjust it live? Let's see this.
So we are
camera 3.
motoring into May.
We're in blooming zoomed in territory here.
Turns out Jolly's it's by Burger King.
Oh yeah, that's what someone
Burger
said.
King.
Jovi's,
Oh, yeah.
Jollies.
Does anybody know what that retail park's called? I feel
It's not Border Retail, is it? That's the other one. No, or is it Border Retail
think
Park?
it
And
is
the other one is
Border
Wrexham
Retail Park.
Central Retail Park. Yeah, I think Border Retail Park. Sorry, I got the wrong camera there. I think Border Retail Park is the one with Burger King, right? And I think Wrexham Central Retail Park is Dunelm Mill Banana
That's Island
Bends.
Green.
You're well wrong. You're just like so wrong. It's stupid. So I'm not even going to acknowledge that.
It's not. That's Island
that's so
Green.
obviously
That's
not
where
Island
Wrexham
Green.
Central is.
That's just not Island Green.
Is it not?
Wrexham Central Retail Park.
It's on Island Green.
No, it's across the way. It's by the old Wrexham Lager Brewery. What planet are you on?
That's Island Green.
That's not Island Green at all.
Is it not?
Owen's not even. Owen, back me up more here. How wrong is he?
You're pretty wrong.
Really wrong.
Why do I think Island Green is where the Wrexham Central Station is?
It's the guy with the phone.
The guy with the phone.
Yeah, he's like
I
the
was the
comment.
weird guy waving the phone.
You're not weird. You've got a really good taste.
Oh,
so there's
fantastic.
nothing
No,
wrong
you
with
got incredible taste. Incredible taste. Sean, thank you so much.
Thank
Love
you,
it.
Sean.
Love it.
Come back and
Right.
wave again.
Right. Okay. What am I doing here?
I've seen this signpost that says Island Green.
Sugar. Yeah, we're going to May. We're going into May. Look, newsreader mode.
I'm going to take pictures of these signs.
Am I in the right
Border
place here?
Retail sign,
Further over.
Central Park sign,
That's
and
good,
the
isn't
Island
it?
Green sign.
We're pretty good there.
So we're going to discuss this next time
I feel
on the
like
next
I'm
podcast.
not as lit, but it doesn't matter. James, you looking perfectly lit in that shot, aren't you?
Brilliant.
Yeah, I feel a little bit out.
I have to put my.
But it's not bad.
glasses on
It's
to
not bad.
see that, but-
All right, we're into May. We're into May. Look, what happened? What did we do? Focus Wales. Yeah, it was a lot. It was good. Film festival. But we're not going to get into that too specifically right now because Focus Wales is coming back up in a bit. First of all, May 5th, Thursday, Wrexham County Borough Council election, which elected 19 new councillors.
Yeah.
And the person, the tightest margin was Kevin West, and the decision was made by just 6 votes. That's how tight it was.
That's
6
tight.
votes in the tightest of all of it.
Is tight. I wonder how many spoiled votes were on that.
Well, James, if you'd like to see my appendix, you'll
right.
see
yeah,
you'll see
well,
that
I
I've
can see.
prepared, which I don't know if it includes
well,
spoiled
thank
ballots or
you,
not.
Rob.
I think I cut out the spoiled ballots, TBH, because there was no points. But I'm going to read to you the final results of the election just to give you a reminder of what went down. I'll say the name of the party. You say how many councillors were elected, James. And then, Owen, you say the change between this year and the previous election.
Okay.
All right, ready? Wrong page. You're not going to be able to say it there.
You need to
Right,
be on
good.
page.
Okay, right. Independent.
23 councillors.
Oh, into the mic, James.
Oh, 23 councillors.
What was the change?
-5.
Okay. Labour.
14 councillors.
+3.
Conservative.
9 councillors.
-3.
Plaid Cymru.
9 councillors.
+6.
Liberal Democrat.
1.
-1.
So, as you can see there, the Independents lost 5, the Tories lost 3, and Labour gained 3, Plaid Cymru were the biggest gainers by far. They gained 6, more than double what Labour gained. And then Liberal Democrat were the second biggest losers in terms of the change, by -1, but ultimately Liberal Democrat only elected 1 councillor to begin with. So, what the makeup that we've ended up with here is, as usual, majority independent council, Labour, then Conservative, Plaid Cymru, Liberal Democrat. And that's the election. What did you think of it, James? You were planning to, in our Year in Review 2021, your big thing, you and Scott, in fact, you both said you were planning to run in the election.
I was.
In a particular ward.
I'm sure we've discussed
You didn't run at all.
No, I didn't.
You didn't do anything.
I famously forgot about it and then remembered
Infamously.
the day before. On the day, it meant I had to run to Wrexham Council, fill in the form, and take it back within 2.5 hours.
You didn't fill anything in, though. You didn't do it.
When I remembered, I had literally 3 hours to get all that done to stand, but I couldn't.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I didn't even have the nominations for that.
Yeah, you didn't have it, no?
No, I didn't know. I meant because I thought it was going to be at a certain date and it wasn't that date, so obviously maybe my heart wasn't in it anyway this year.
So I think what happened, everybody, is just that James said he was going to run for the council.
Again.
Didn't run for the council. That's the abbreviated version of that story.
I've let the people down. All my 111 voters from last time. Big up you, 111 votes that I had last time.
Well, yeah, we had no votes this time because you didn't run. But where were you planning to run? And did Malcolm King win again? It was.
I think he did win. Actually, he did win. Yeah, it was for Winstay Ward.
Winstay Ward, that's it.
It was Winstay Ward, and he only got 162 votes, and he's a Labour councillor. I got 111 without any sort of advertising. So
right,
he's pretty entrenched in there. He's like dug in.
But then that was the previous election again. Anyway, you didn't run in this one. But yeah, that's what happened. That was the biggest thing at the start of May. And then obviously Focus Wales and stuff like that was going on at the same time, which was very cool. So let's finish up May. Let's finish it up. T-Power was shortlisted for Art Fund Museum of the Year. That was good. Wrexham won city status. We'll come back to that one in a second. Yeah. Wrexham Lager won best UK beer at the Frankfurt International Trophy. I don't know much about beer awards, but plenty of places wrote about it. There were press releases, so it must be important. That's good. The new type of train was spotted in Wrexham for the first time. Those like converted old London Underground trains that they repurposed for Transport for Wales.
Right, okay.
For the first time, we had the new train. Yeah. They're still not in regular use, so I don't know if it was like the last time.
To put up with the other trains.
Yeah, they're still not. They're not the updated ones for the most part. And then finally, we have the other big thing from May, which is that Wrexham lost the City of Culture bid to Bradford right at the end.
Bradford.
So yeah, two big things there, right, James? City status, we got it, and City of Culture, we lost it. All very close together.
Yeah, I was impressed with T-Power when it first came out. I sort of didn't like T-Power. I thought it had a look about it that didn't sort of warm to me.
You don't love MDF, no?
No, or railings, or breeze block.
Freezer curtains.
Breeze block and just a very sparse kitting out of anything. But as time's gone on, the building's actually grown on me. And I kind of like the feel of it now. So maybe the architecture person who did that, maybe that was their intention. A bit like, what's that famous build, this
wasn't even one of the things. He's just talking about something. He's just telling us about T-Pow.
No, it's
definitely not even what we were talking about.
Which was one colour, and then Anthony Gormley designed it so that it changed colour as the time went on, because he made
Ops on Anthony Gormley.
With different metals. So maybe this is what the architecture of T-Pow has done. She's designed it in these mundane materials so that it does actually grow upon you.
Anyway, back to the two things we actually were asking for your comment on, which was Wrexham won city status and lost City of Culture in a very short space of time. Where were you when you found out Wrexham was a city?
I think I was at home,
Watching James Bond?
I might have been, actually.
Odds.
I'm on my 12th viewing of that. It's 2 hours, 40 minutes long, so work that out. Some of them are the maths.
Yeah.
12 times. It's almost a day of watching James Bond. Solid.
Good stint. Okay, I was in... I remember where I was. So, Owen, do you remember where you were?
No.
I was in Porters in Cardiff because I was there doing cluster work. Not the time that we went there in July, but the first time I went there to meet the developer and stuff from the project. We were doing R&D into blockchain tech for creatives in Wales and filmmakers. And so I was there for a week or so doing meetings and stuff in person. Because again, just like it's crazy to conceive of this right now, but like before that, I was not able to do any work in person in Cardiff because of the COVID restrictions, and it was just too much of a messing about. So yeah, May, I was in Cardiff for a bit, and yeah, I was in Porter smoking area, and I found out, and Dave Gray was there, he visited me, and yeah, we were watching some bands, and looked at my phone, and yeah, city status confirmed.
What was your first reaction?
Brilliant. I was happy about it. I was an advocate. So was Scott. I think you remember we talked about this in 2021 year in review, whether
I think we did, didn't we?
We did because it was on the radar. Obviously, these were things that the council had prepped for that were going to happen in 2022. City of Culture bid and city status bid, and an awful lot of people, at least it seems like at the time, in terms of Facebook and stuff, were not favouring city status bid, whereas the overwhelming people were, the overwhelming majority were very happy about City of Culture bid, and also at the time people kept confusing the two. Because it really wasn't that clear, was it really? It was a bit confusing. But yeah, I felt good about it. Yeah, sound with me. And then as we come up to a bit later in this whole thing, the King makes it official. But yeah,
did.
I was very sad about the City of Culture one, obviously. I remember where I was with that one too. I was in a train station. I was in London. London, which station exactly? God, so many people are banging the window right now. And
our fan base is growing, Rob.
Just reacting. Yeah, it's good.
Fan base is growing.
They just bought a birthday cake.
So... yeah, so I found out just in that train station that day though that we didn't quite have it. I was going down to Brighton, and yeah, we didn't have it.
I still don't feel that it's a city. I don't think I ever will feel that Wrexham is a city.
You are
I don't think
wrong.
so. Do you feel that it's a city?
Yeah, but I mean, what you're getting at is a little bit more like.
More opinion based.
Well, it's
Yeah,
more
it's
what
more historically
you're
based,
describing. I would imagine you're carrying with you your feelings about what a city feels like when you've been to cities in inverted
like
commas
Liverpool
throughout your
or
life.
Manchester
Yeah,
or
exactly.
London.
So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be straightforward to just
Yeah.
click like, oh, this is a city now. I agree with you. It doesn't feel anywhere near the built-up, busy nature of many cities that we would visit. But then, there are plenty of cities that are small and cute, and I mean, smaller than Wrexham and cuter than Wrexham.
Bristol is like one of those.
Definitely
Say,
not. Bristol's massive.
Would you say Chester's very city-like?
Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
Do you think so?
Bristol, I thought it was only small, the part that I went to.
What bit were you in?
Yeah.
Bristol's massive.
The bit where that bit of boat is, and they've built a shopping area down the bottom of the hill.
Okay,
You go
sounds
from-
like the harbour or something.
Yeah, the harbour area. Is there another part to Bristol that I don't know about? Probably is.
I mean, yeah, it's a massive city.
Oh, I've only been in 1/4 of Bristol then.
Anyway, let's move on to June. We'll ignore the sort of crushing disappointment that came with losing City of Culture to Bradford in the train station on my way to Brighton. I think I was eating a chicken legend at the time.
Yeah. We do better curries in Wrexham than Bradford. There's a nod there, isn't there?
I don't know what that's a nod to.
It's a nod to their curry mile, isn't it?
Right, because they have a lot of curry houses.
Well,
I
they're
guess,
famous for
compared
their
to us,
curry
do they?
houses in Bradford.
Yeah,
They've got
okay.
the curry mile, like they've got that in Glasgow as well, and possibly somewhere in what's that lane in London? Brick Lane in London is a curry mile as well.
I don't think it is.
I think I know too much about curry miles, don't I? There's 3 curry miles that I know about, so we are better at curry in Wrexham, right next door to the Black.
I mean,
Feathers,
actually, we
yeah.
do have a story about a curry house in Wrexham coming up, but that was a rubbish joke.
It wasn't a joke.
Right,
It was a nod to the Wrexham are bigger curry makers.
Right, June. We had a new mayor, Councillor Brian Cameron.
Right.
We've met him a few times now.
He's just
You
Brian.
met him famously in
It's just
here.
Brian. Just Brian.
It's just
He's also the
Brian.
mayor.
We've got some culture related stuff. Dullen, who visited me, local musician. He was selected to. He was one of 4 people chosen to perform in Paul McCartney's childhood home as part of a National Trust project. That got some coverage when I went through all the news articles. It's pretty cool to watch that stuff back. He was here. Came to visit me on the last day. We had a good chat on
Live
stream.
in the window?
Yeah, he's on the stream. He'd be on day 8 or something if you wanted to watch it back. He talked all about it. It's good. So that's cool. Then we'll do the census one last. But the new Wrexham away kit was launched, Sky Blue. I want a yes or no from both of you. Do you like it, the Sky Blue away kit? Yes or no, James?
Yeah, I think it's all right, isn't it?
I like it.
I want to see a
don't
big
like it.
dragon encapsulated
Like a rubbish Man City kit.
into the.
Stick with green.
I think the logo is not big enough.
Wrexham Museum received certain amount of support to start the development of the Football Museum of Wales, which is good news. But it's really lacking context here because that comes back in a bigger way later. They get a good amount of support from the council as well, slightly later in the year, which is great. But the other one is that the Wrexham.com article specifically here was talking about the release of the first batch of census data from 2021, which just gives us an interesting picture of like what life in Wrexham is like in 2020. Where am I? I'm getting lost here. In the early 2020s, let's say. I don't know. We should just run through this data. I'm basically I'm just quoting the article. I've printed out some sections of the article here.
There you go.
I'll just read the highlights out to you for you to react to.
Yeah.
Wrexham has seen a marginal increase in people living in the county borough since previous census 10 years before in 2011. So our population increased by 0.2%. That's a really small increase.
It's absolutely tiny. So it went from 100.
Is no one having babies here?
No, they've stopped. Do you think that's the
Too much TikTok.
When was this? So this is 2011 to 2021. So are they incorporating?
In 10 years, we've grown 0.2%. Does town feel busier to you, James? It doesn't feel busier to me. So I guess that feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound.
134,800 to 135.
We have one of the lowest population growths in Wales, is the headline for that. Next to Powys, expected.
Yeah.
Next to Merthyr Tydfil. We have the biggest city in North Wales. How have we only grown 0.2%? It will be interesting to see if the fact that we're a city now, though, will up it quite a bit in the next decade.
That's mad, isn't it?
That is mad. He's waving. He's not going to stop waving. What does that mean? He's making a heart. He's making a heart.
That is cute,
that's good.
isn't it?
Yeah.
He
Appreciate
loves
it.
us.
Yeah.
So he's doing that.
Yeah. I mean, you can come in if you want to.
He's doing the heart symbol.
And he's going to spin. He's going to spin the wheel.
Don't know which. He's doing
yes.
this.
Oh my God, that's me.
What,
Oh, he's
is that the
listening.
horns?
Fantastic.
That's
He's not coming in. Okay, he's not coming in. Right, we'll continue with the
He's
census
actually
data.
gone. He doesn't love it that much, does he?
Data. Census
gone.
data. Oh, I love this angle with the piece of paper in.
That's great, isn't it?
Oh, look at that. I love that.
I like the little heart thing he did. That was great, that, wasn't
It was
it?
cute. Oh no, they are coming in. Group of lads.
they're coming.
Are they coming?
Oh God, more than that. I mean, you can come in if you want to.
yeah.
Do they
James,
wanna come
stay on stream and I'll talk to them.
Okay.
Right, we have some extra guests.
Continue reading
Yeah,
the data.
okay.
Continue reading the
Actually
data.
open.
Slow
If you
the
want to
overall
sit
Wales
on the
increase,
benches over there.
with Wrexham seeing one of the lowest population growths in Wales. Oh, we've done that. Neighbouring counties, Flintshire saw increases of 1.6 and Denbighshire 2.2%. Wrexham is described as being the 10th least densely populated of Wales's 22 local authority areas, with around 2 people living on each football pitch size of land.
Are you just reading these out?
Yeah, I'm just reading them.
Shall I read the next bit?
Okay, yeah.
However, 7 Welsh local authorities saw a drop in population numbers, including Conway, minus 0.4, Gwynedd, minus 0.37, and the Isle of Anglesey, 0.12%. Wow.
You'd have thought.
You'd have thought they needed, that's one thing they don't need in Anglesey, isn't it? Less people on there. Are we on?
Okay, right. We've got some special guests that are going to spin the wheel and see if they can win. So I've just angled so we got the wheel so we can clarify that you win live.
You do win live.
Whenever you're ready, spin it. Here we go.
Let's
Here we
see
go.
if you get it.
I'll play some sound effects. Okay.
You might end up doing some press-ups.
Oh, that might win. That looks pretty good, actually, to be honest. Oh, it's slowed down now.
What is it?
Truth or dare?
Oh.
Truth or dare? James, you set something, ask a question or give a dare. There's got to be some consequences to spinning the wheel.
Truth or dare?
You're off mic, by the way.
Yeah. Is it true you've been listening to us and come out the house specifically to come and look at us live?
Awful question.
It's
Awful
true,
question.
everybody. So
worst
they have
question.
been in the house.
Worst question ever.
We are like the youth club now that we haven't got in town.
Okay, next person to spin. I'm sorry that was such a poor truth or dare scenario. Well, you can do the lower one that's on the right-hand side by the pound sign. Yeah, okay,
You don't
sound.
have to jump up.
Right, go. Here we go.
Oh, that needs to
That's
be
looking good. That's looking good. Challenge.
Challenge.
I mean, I wish. Oh, wait, we do have a challenge.
Oh yeah, we do.
Hang on, I've got to just adjust the camera.
Do you want to be the goalkeeper, Rob? I think, is that yours?
Yeah.
You've drunk. Owen's already drunk all of his stuff.
Tim is drank. Where's my tiny rebel gone?
Oh, I think you kicked that one over. You could be. Owen has kicked his own drink over,
kicked my
and he's
drink.
giving me the dented one now.
Rolled, not stirred.
Yeah. So we're live here in the window, and I will do a countdown. And what's your name? Megan is about to take a very, 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 very great kick. Wait there. Oh.
I'm actually going to go in. I was too concerned getting in.
Yeah. So we're going to retake that again. And
No, it's okay, fine.
What happened to the stream?
Oh, we don't know.
Oh, how long has it been off for?
We don't
I
know.
don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh no, we're going to have to. Do you want to take that kick again, Megan? Because.
Okay.
Oh, is that
This
when
one
it,
didn't count.
that one didn't count? Oh, we're back on. We're back on live. So that's on. Four. Oh, yeah, we're back
It's a
on.
weird angle.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Right. 3, 2, 1. Smash the ball. Oh, just missed it. She did a Harry Kane there.
It's just died.
And blew it right to the side of the. Yeah. Take 2 penalties, score 1, miss 1.
I really like that through the legs shot. It reminded me of the Hoy No music video.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well done, Megan.
Right, okay, somebody else spin. Somebody else.
Who hasn't spun?
Okay, here we go. We've got camera 3.
Hey.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, spin.
Here we go. It's looking good.
Ooh.
Phone. I mean, you're supposed to like phone someone, but I don't think we're going to ask you to phone anyone, are we? No, that's rubbish.
No.
That's rubbish.
That is rubbish.
Oh, I don't know.
Who's he ringing?
I don't know. Oh, yeah,
ringing
you're ringing someone, are you?
My dad might come round because he's in whatever.
Okay, here we go.
Go on. Tell
James,
me where you are, what you're doing.
hold your mic out so we can hear a bit of it, James.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
I'm on live TV, mate.
Go on. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, say hello.
Hello,
think
Dad.
I heard that.
What's Dad's name?
What's Dad's name?
Dad's name's Andy.
All right, Andy.
Andy, you are live on the YouTube channel from Live in the Window from 73 Degree Films. And your son is
That sounds good.
Kaiden. He's here, and he's
That's good.
spinning the wheel.
He didn't win a prize though. Didn't win.
Yeah.
No, he didn't win. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't win nothing.
Didn't win nothing. Oh, never mind.
Shocking.
What's your dad's name?
It is shocking. It's shocking.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Andy.
That was Kaiden's dad, Andy, everybody.
Maybe it's Big Mad Andy from Peep Show.
Yeah.
Okay, final person to spin. Who hasn't spun?
Who hasn't spun?
You don't want to spin? Okay,
Morgan,
no worries.
Come on,
All right.
spin.
Anyone else?
Look, it's
All right, this is good. It's a bit chaotic, isn't it?
Go on.
I just need to get my water.
But you have to pretend to be.
Yeah, you
Morgan.
can. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Morgan, you could have done this. Go on. Yay. Hopefully, we get someone to win live on air.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
That would be exciting. Like
Are you gonna
Saturday
win?
Has
Night
that not
Live.
happened yet?
Yes. What happened once?
It would be like Saturday.
That wasn't bad.
Hashtag trending.
Oh,
Trending. Yeah. What's on the internet this week? What's
Yeah.
cool?
What's cool?
What's cool? Snapchat.
Yeah. So Snapchat is. Cool.
Snapchat's cool. Okay. Well, that's
Nothing
good
else
to know.
cool?
That's good to know.
Any program, anything one to watch on Netflix?
Anything you'd recommend?
Or Amazon Prime or Hulu?
Everyone's watching Wednesday. Hula. I mean Hulu.
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 Is it Hula? Hula then.
Hula,
Whatever it
who?
is.
All right.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
Is
Okay.
the play? Is the
Sorry, this is a cursed angle. Sorry, I can't seem to do any better for a minute.
Teen Wolf is the thing to
shot my
watch
larynx.
these days, Rob. Isn't it?
All right. Thank you very much for spinning. Appreciate it. You're
Thank
very
you very
welcome
much for
to
coming.
sit down and watch. But yeah, thank you for coming in.
Kaiden,
Oh, I guess they don't
Megan,
want to.
Morgan,
Bye-bye.
and who's the other? And
All
Kyle.
right. All
They've
right.
been live in the window, and we thank them for calling round. Thank you.
Okay, very cool. All right. Where were we up to? The census
indeed.
data. The census data.
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Where
right.
did
Here
we
we
get
go.
up
Here we
to?
go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey.
Owen was trying to sequentially, logically do it.
Right. No, don't worry. Where did you get up to, Owen?
7 local authorities saw a drop in population numbers, including Conway, 0.4%, Gwynedd, minus
Yeah, that's a good point.
3.7%, and the Isle of Anglesey,
We didn't drop.
minus 1.2%.
Here are some more headlines. Large increase in the number of over 65s in Wrexham. So we're not getting younger as a county. More people are leaving than are staying here. So that's fine. Figures: 1 in 5 people in Wrexham. Sorry, 1 in 5 people in Wales were over 65. The highest number ever recorded. I guess people are living longer. It's potentially this is just like I think fairly straightforward statistic.
Put that bit in at the bottom, Rob.
There was a decrease of 1% of decrease in 1% of children aged under 15. So yeah, less people being born, etc. I guess. Wrexham seen a higher increase in over 65s than the overall Wales average, 19.5%. Coincides with the drop against other things. Overall, across the county borough. Okay, so final bits here. Across the county borough of Wrexham, 17.2% of the population is under 15. 62.5% of 15 to 64-year-olds, and 20%. Well, almost 20% over 65s. Apparently, we will get further census data at the end of the year. Full disclosure, I did not check on whether we have additional census data. I have not looked up the full data, but it should have been published by now, I think. So there you go. There's some interesting tidbits from the old census data. All right, so that was June.
So you missed the...
We're on to July.
Plus the point it says across the Wales, 1 in 5 people are aged over 65.
Yeah.
This is alongside a drop in the number of children being born.
Yeah, there's a drop in the number of children being born. I remember when I was in school that it was like every single day. Do you know what I mean? Somebody was talking about like how teenage pregnancy is the worst thing ever, and why are all these teenagers pregnant in Wales, and we're the highest rate for teenage pregnancy in the entire world.
I remember when they had a thing on that.
And here we are, actual evidence that there are less people being born this decade, or the previous decade. So
more flashing the
blame
social media.
So I don't know what to say, but it's not the epidemic it could have been, I guess, that people were predicting it would get worse. It didn't get worse.
Do you think it's going to get worse because of...
Well, by the definition of worse, I mean, I'm, the way people talked about it in my school, which was Catholic, was that it was a very bad thing. In other places, it wouldn't be a bad thing necessarily for a teenager to be pregnant, I guess. But in my school, it was considered a very bad thing.
Yeah. Rob famously in a Catholic school there. Whether it's famous or not, I don't know. But what was I going to say? Will that...
We've got it in the
lockdown
bag.
impact upon the next census? That's a question.
I forgot Owen can hear that. Hello, we've got some more visitors. Excellent.
We have more visitors.
It was scary, isn't it?
Nice.
The other age group that we had outside the window, wasn't it?
My guy.
Yeah,
Broad
excellent.
demographic.
Right, okay, we're moving on to July. How long have we got? An hour? Do you know what? I'm going to sit back slightly. No, I'm not going to sit back slightly. But this is true. We've got an hour. We've got an hour to go through 6 months of Wrexham. I think we'll be all right. Obviously, keep talking if you want and keep chatting in.
Some more things, comments in there.
Yeah, Rockphonic says that the population, he wants to flag this with us, the population did cross 8 billion this year. So, it's getting up there. So, Wrexham went up by 0.2%. But overall in the world.
That's throughout the world.
Somebody else also said, Lewis S. said that it's my birthday today. Lewis visited and we tried Prime together. If you remember that, he brought a bottle of Prime here.
Oh, it's that, Lewis.
Prime is going off. Keep seeing TikTok videos of old people fighting kids in Aldi and stuff.
Prime, I saw
They were selling it in the... What's it called? That shop by... Winstay, Guitarama, the one you always go to for gum.
Polish shop.
Yeah, Polish shop.
Yeah,
I saw a
they had it
meme
there.
of a...
Yeah, they do. It's £8 a bottle though. Like, what are you talking about? They sold like 2. It's a
I
lot.
saw a meme of this shot, and it was
Right. Okay.
someone on at a till at some supermarket, and they had that little bit of thing that separates shopping from the other shopping.
Okay.
Don't know what it's
And then
called.
they scan it?
So it was all Prime separated by this segment, and then underneath it said, "This is the state of our nation today."
Oh.
And I didn't get it myself, but obviously it's everybody buying Prime.
Right. Heading back to TikTok to do one more round of final round of comments here before we get on with the final 6 months of our year in review.
Have we got any TikTok?
Certainly are.
Yeah. So Lisa says, "I saw you in Asda today. I wasn't in Asda today, but I hope whoever you saw was looking just as good as
Actually, we do have a Rob double in Wrexham, and I met him.
I am." Millie says hi. Hello, Millie.
That guy who was
Hi,
on Big
Millie.
Bang Theory.
Jack, do you still use the same shop? Yes, Jack. If you came and you saw the Green Lantern thing, we are in the same place. Please, you're very welcome to spin the wheel and see if you can win a prize. Anybody is, by the way, if you're watching this IRL. We are sat in this window for a reason. Blooming lights on, blaring. Everyone can see us that walks past.
Yes, so it is IRL.
We fixed
Come
the
around.
window steaming up. That's good.
Interview with Ed Ever Swindell.
Interview with Ed Ever
Oh, we should
Swindell
so
when?
do that.
I think we could probably do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Sound we
Interview
should.
with who?
He's, filmmaker.
He taught me in college.
Right, okay. I swear I recognise the boy with the black hair. Yes. Good. It was a little misery. By the way, TikTok, my phone's going to randomly die so soon that I might have to end the stream early. But head over to YouTube if you're enjoying this. We're going to be live for the next hour. In fact, you know what? This is a great time to sign off on TikTok. If I let my phone fully die, it'll take forever to wake up and I might need to make a call. All right, everybody on TikTok.
Should we wave goodbye?
I think we will see you very soon. Yeah, we should go live more often. I did so many lives this year on TikTok, but I want to get through Wrexham so that we can get to our own stuff and our resolutions and stuff, wrap up the episode. All right, say goodbye to TikTok, everyone.
Goodbye.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao,
Bye,
ciao,
TikTok, or
ciao.
is it Toktik?
Buonanotte.
We don't
Right, okay. I don't know, while we're talking about stats, do you fancy some quick TikTok live stats?
Okay.
Viewers who commented, 19. Number of likes we got on that live stream, 1,905.
That's a lot of likes.
Viewers, 1,539.
know. Well done.
We had a series of top viewers. Nobody gifted us, so nobody paid us.
Oh, no. We need more gifts.
Highest
please.
watch time, somebody watched for 35 minutes
Are you
consistently.
begging for money?
No, just reaching out.
We gained a bunch of followers. So yeah, if you're a new follower and you've come over from TikTok, great. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
All
New
right,
followers.
July, Wrexham Year in Review. We're not messing about. Let's get going.
And
Right,
we're not putting the heating on.
Right, the new thing for the new format here, so that we don't run out of time, is that we're going to go through things quickly and then we're going to hop back to any that we want to talk about because so many things happen.
Maybe put the heating on.
Right, July. Yeah, but I'm really cautious about that in case I blow the electric. But we will do very soon. So, in 2020, first of all, in July, the Eisteddfod confirmed that in 2025 Wrexham would be the host, and Wrexham Council confirmed at the same time that the next round for the City of Culture bid that Wrexham would be bidding, which is for 2029. So great news for future cultural events going ahead there. We got a 3.3 million refurb announced for Wrexham's markets. This is, I believe it's not including T-Power, but it's including the Butcher's Market and the Butter Market and things. So, yeah, you may have seen it at the moment. This is now started to take place with traders moving out and work starting. You've probably seen this. Yeah. Then next up, Wrexham County Borough Council commits £1 million towards the Football Museum of Wales to,
Where is
again,
this
help
gonna
support that.
be, Rob?
The Football Museum of Wales is going to be the upstairs of Wrexham Museum.
Oh, right.
Yep.
So Brimbo Man is taking second place then now.
Brumbo Man will still be where Brumbo Man is. Wrexham AFC launched their new home kit, the red kit. Yes or no? Did you like the kit this year, James?
I thought it was okay.
Owen?
It's a maybe.
No strong feelings one way or the other.
Strong.
Me, my answer is I loved it. I think it's one of my favourite Wrexham home kits. It's so clean. I like that it's got nothing else on it. It's just clean red all the way over. Really like it, to be honest with you.
No stripe.
No, my other favourite kit is from, I think it's a 2013 kit. Anyway, it's the one where on the shoulder you've got the green and white stripe. It's a really beautiful kit. And then, I mean, like everybody, I like the Wrexham Lager shirt and all that stuff. Anyway, continuing.
Yeah.
Magic Dragon Magic Dragon Brewing wins Brewing Award. Specifically, they won a 2-star Great Taste Award for their Eton Golden Ale.
Wow.
Eton Gold Ale. Have you drunk Eton Gold Ale, James? Yes or no?
I think I've tried it in a little tester that you can ask for at the bar.
Is this at the Magic Dragon Brewery tap?
Yes.
Pub?
That's
Charles
exactly
Street.
it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I've tried it there too.
They have
But
the
I've not
little
had a
weird,
pint of it
they have the little weird jam jars, don't they, at the side of the pumps?
to show the colour of it.
And you go like that and you think, oh, what's this? And they say, oh, you can try a bit of that if you want. And they put a little bit in, so I did.
Owen, have you tried this beer?
I don't think I have.
It sounds like it must be good. I mean, it got a whole article.
How
Cheers.
many tasters
all right.
are you allowed to have at the bar before they start to catch on?
Like, realistically, it's like trying ice cream or something, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think there's nothing wrong with having a taste, but like, if you were asking for every single one, they're going to make a joke, aren't they? Yeah.
They'll
All right,
probably
sounds.
give you a taste of every
Then finally
one.
in July, we've got Wales esports team go to the 2022 Commonwealth Esports Championships for the first time. Really potentially historical moment there. I mean, for me, the fact the Eisteddfod's coming back to Wrexham in 2025 is really nice. I think that's good. I think that's just obviously a good thing. Bidding for
love
City
the
of Culture
Eisteddfod.
2029 is a good thing, I think. The refurb for the market's good. Commitment to the football museum, I think that's good. Seems like a lot of money. I don't know what's a lot of money to commit to the football museum, but good.
Well, I think football is big anyway, and if it encourages people to take up football, then I think it will.
I mean, the thing for me that jumps out here is the Wales esports team going to the 2022 Commonwealth Esports Championships for the first time. I mean, I feel like we might look back on that as something important. Because right now, I don't know if you have any knowledge of this, James, but like a lot of colleges, like College of Cymroedd in Aberdare, that I visited for S4C, and Coleg Cambria now, but Coleg Cambria D-side campus specifically, they've got dedicated esports courses. So that there are now every year, X number of people, 16 plus, that do courses specifically in esports. And it's not even like playing the game.
Yeah.
The courses are adjacent. So it's more about marketing, about, working on live production, stuff like this. Like what we're doing by setting up this live stream is essentially, skills for esports championships. Because
Can we be specific?
The important thing about live streaming is that it's really contingent on, how accurate, the championship could be for esports games, because obviously these games are played across the internet usually, or on a local, a LAN. So, just like all those skills, there are courses all over Wales now that people every single year are training in. So like this is a huge thing. Gaming is worth more to the UK economy than film and TV combined.
Right, I see.
It's no joke, and it's only going to get bigger. And I don't know, I would love, if I had some money to potentially waste, I would love to start Wrexham esports franchise. But, somebody with a lot more money than me will beat me to that.
Just so I can be clear on.
Yes.
But for the people out there and for people listening.
Electronic sports.
Electronic sports. So that is anything sporty.
Gaming.
Gaming. So electronic football, yes?
Doesn't have to be a sport.
FIFA would count, yeah.
Right, so electronic bowls.
No. Video games, James.
Right,
Modern video games. So
I
think
think
like Call of
competes-
Duty, any video game that's available and is popular, especially where people can play it on the internet against each other, people get good enough to be professional at it because there are sponsors that will sponsor events to watch the best play each other.
There's probably one for Pac-Man.
We did
I'm going to send James a little link to watch the history of Twitch or something. He'll love it once he watches that video. I think he'll get it.
I'll look forward to that link.
I mean, Twitch, bit weird this year.
We did a competition, didn't we, Rob?
We did. We made our
did.
own contribution to esports in Wrexham.
We did.
In fact, Esports Wales, the people that took the people to this championship, they supported us. They supported our video.
Did. Well done, them.
Not directly with money or anything. I mean, like they retweeted us and they told me they thought it was cool that we were doing it. Yeah, exactly. So, no, really, really cool. And we did. We did a City of Culture video, and our whole premise was that we'd do a FIFA tournament at our own esports arena, which happens to be in game inside Sports Direct.
Well, it's in there.
You wouldn't know unless we told you it was there, but it's there, believe me, and it's really good.
It is. So if you want to go gaming console area, go to gaming. What's it called? JD Sports.
Yes, JD Sports.
It's inside.
It's not inside. Do not go inside JD Sports.
No,
for the gaming
don't go
arena.
in there. Don't
It's
listen
in
to me.
game. No, it's not in game. It's in Sports Direct.
Sports
in-game.
Direct on
In-
Hembla
in-game.
Street.
It's in like 3 places.
It's in Hembla Street, and there's
All
a big.
right. Let's move
Sell
on.
nice
Let's
books
move
too.
on. Just sidebar there. July was when we finished our cluster project, and that was when James came down to Cardiff. That was a bit of a mad week, that wasn't it, James? I was very rushed. I was
That was
performing with Sign Dance, finishing my Film Cymru Beacons application.
Yeah, you came down the day after, didn't you?
Pitching to investors at Cluster in Cardiff.
Yeah.
You were there, Sam was there. We all mixed briefly, and we were in that flat above Fuel. And I mean, Owen's edited some of the videos as well. It was a lot of weird stuff going on, man.
I'm sure you
Shout
could
out
have
anyone
gone.
watching in
He
Cardiff.
was invited, wasn't he?
I love it when we go to Cardiff. It does feel like we cause a bit of chaos, and I like it.
We did
We had
like
some
it.
good TikTok clips. There's one of you going down. You had your bum on the rails and you were sliding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
one?
That was
yeah.
our highest viewed
That one
Instagram
did
reel.
well.
Ridiculous, really.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Anyway,
Because
on to
it's-
August.
It's buffoonery, isn't it? Or
The
tomfoolery,
people want buffoonery.
Whichever one it is.
Camera 4's working again now. I don't know what happened. Look at that. Oh, wait, you can see me waving. Look at that. All right, anyway, we're back in the room. Okay, August. Cop Shop opens in town. It's now closed. I don't know what the hell's going on with Cop Shop. Used to be Swedish Coffee. Everything that opens in that shop is just unhinged. I don't get it. All right.
Cottage.
Thomas Penson Architect exhibition opens at the library. I mean, I read a bit about this to understand what Thomas Penson designed. One of the
no
examples they gave was bridges across the border. I mean, anyway, yeah, he did a lot. I had a look. He did a lot.
bridges.
Yeah, not just bridges, but like, A Welsh architect.
Oh, right. fair.
Not, refound
So
enough.
will there
What the
be
hell
a
am I trying
film
to say?
called The Bridges of
Revered enough
Benson
to have their own
County or something?
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was at the library, which brings me to our next point, which is the library itself turned 50 this year. 50 years of Wrexham Library.
Yeah.
James, earliest memory of the library? I mean, it's been there most of your life.
The earliest memory of the library is going there to get my first library card. That would be the first one.
Well, thinking about how old you are, and now you know the library is 50 in 2022, how old would it have been then?
Well, I would have been about 11 when I first went to get a library card, I think.
So it wasn't that old then?
No. Wasn't.
Yeah, maybe it was like a big thing that you went down there. Maybe it was
A big.
maybe it was starting to take on everyone, yeah.
Because we had libraries at school, but
Yeah.
they weren't good as good as the big library in town, was it?
No, they're still not. You still got those satellite libraries in like Raban and stuff. I did sign
Yeah.
language lessons in those places, but
I famously, not famously, applied
Famously.
for a job as the mobile driver of the library around my area.
I love that. They still have that. Does that still? I feel like that's something that would get its funding cut. You know, the traveling library
Well,
van.
I'm sure I've seen it last year, and they've still got the satellite bowl on top. I don't know what that's for.
If anyone watching this knows the person that drives the satellite like library van,
Yeah.
I'd love to make a video
Yeah,
with,
it's like
with that van.
Yeah, who chooses what goes on the van and all? So
When Wrexham Council finally start a TikTok page, and we get to be consultants or something, I'm gonna suggest that we film the library van.
yeah, and it's satellite on the top.
Great, just manifesting that. Okay, right. What's up here? Wales Comic Con returns to Wales. I went. Owen, you didn't. Why not? Because you're a big Comic Con person, and I'm
he
not.
I am.
Whack-a-mole TV nightmare.
I want to know why. Come on.
Yeah, the guests just wasn't really anyone I wanted to see that year.
Do you remember who any of them were? I don't.
Not really. You never told me what it was like.
I went there to specifically see if I could buy some Green Lantern memorabilia, just thinking there might be people selling it, and there wasn't really any. There was like a
Really?
key ring.
Oh, that is shocking.
No, there was lots of memorabilia, but not much Green Lantern.
So who's the most famous person that we knew that was there?
I can't remember who was there.
You didn't see any celebs, no?
I didn't go into the hall where the photos were being. No, I did. No, sorry, I did go into the hall where the photos were being taken. But like, I don't know like the supporting cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so I don't know who any of the people were. There wasn't anyone from like Lord of the Rings that I recognised. But then you did go to the one in Telford later.
I did last.
Was there someone famous there?
Quite a few famous
loads.
people, yeah.
Like
I saw
Buffy.
Nick Frost.
who?
Nick Frost
Nick Frost, that's cool.
from Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Simon
And,
Pegg's mate.
Hot Fuzz, the Cornetto trilogy.
First thing I
Yeah.
thought of there, no cap, was Nick Knowles.
Nick Knowles.
Yeah, I was just wrong. I just pictured Nick Knowles. Great. All right, welcome to Wrexham TV show launched. James, have you watched every episode? Yes or no?
I have.
I have too. Owen?
I think I haven't seen like the final 3 or something.
I thought it was great. I loved it. I thought it was really,
You loved it?
really well put
Yeah.
together. The way they intermingled it with stories and local stories and all. And I think that really sort of endeared it to people's, like, it famously took off on that show, wasn't it?
Well, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Lots of fans from the States, I've heard.
Yeah, so now Wrexham is across the world. People in like Ohio and Wisconsin are now raving about Wrexham and what a great town it is.
Maybe that has something to do with the Premier Inn being £170 for a Saturday night. What an absolute laugh.
We're going to get
yeah.
the manager around. I'm going to try and work it so that Rob is not disappointed next time.
Well, what's going on here? Let's have a think. We got the series, from my perspective, was mixed. I was really impressed by the first 2 episodes. I don't know if the quality dropped off. I wouldn't say it did, but it wasn't as slick. I think in the proceedings, some of the preceding episodes didn't feel as together. And then you started to have these bits where they jumped around to different stories. And in particular, it felt kind of weird to me that they did things like that entire episode that was set up like a talk show, just randomly.
I thought that was
They
great.
had some filler
I thought
in
what a
there.
great.
Yeah, filler. Yeah, exactly. But was it filler? Because when you've got that many episodes, there wouldn't need to be filler, would there? But maybe there did need to be filler.
Kinda. They had that Welsh cakes episode.
Yeah, I didn't like that one either.
Yeah.
I missed the story when they came away from it, even though I knew what was going to happen,
I
obviously.
quite liked it. It was like a potpourri of just a mishmash of different things, and I thought that was good.
It
I
was,
liked the style of it. It was different.
But what I'm saying is the style was really inconsistent in several places.
Maybe that was the whole point.
Right, but it's easy to say that's the point after.
Are you going to regret saying this, being as you might be in season 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm concerned that I'll be put in season 2 and I'll look like an idiot. So
That's right.
So
Rob,
that's fine.
Yeah, Rob, you better be careful because he will be in season 2.
Well, I might be.
Yeah, we
and
might be.
if I'm not, as in fact, plenty of people we know were filmed for season 1 and weren't in it. I mean, I know what it's like. You know, the aim of the game is to try and get a bit of everything, and then you shape the story afterwards because they're not going to know necessarily if they're going up, what is going to happen. If they go up, the story might be more about the football. You know, if they don't, it might be more about the people.
Do you think they'll pick your Rob Ryan Ring Me idea? That's what it was about.
I would hope so.
That's why they came.
Yeah, but like that's the thing, isn't it? I don't know if they would use it as like an actual story, but I could easily end up in a montage of like crazy Wrexham fans, like an Alan Partridge kind of character.
Yeah, he could.
And then I wouldn't feel very good about that. But when the producer was here, you know, obviously entirely on the live stream, I told the producer about that episode of 30 Rock, because I said, have you seen 30 Rock?
Oh, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and then I told him the whole episode of 30 Rock, and I was like, I hope this isn't going to happen. And he was kind of laughing at that in a way like that wouldn't happen. So let's hope that doesn't happen, because I would not be happy with that.
Because if they pick you...
What do you mean pick me, by the way? What does pick me mean?
Well, pick...
You don't pick me.
Not
James,
pick.
you've edited videos. You've got a media degree. You don't pick things, do you? You shape a story.
yeah, I know.
You choose what will go in the final edit.
Yeah.
They pick you, not peck.
Weird way of describing an editing
They
process.
choose you as a story.
Yeah.
Then to cap off the story, you are famously going to meet him, and he says, "Right, I'm here now. I'm ringing you. I'm going to ring him." Like
Oh, well,
10
I can tell
months.
you with some certainty that I haven't had that email or phone call, so I don't think that's going to happen.
They haven't shaped the story yet, perhaps.
No, you're quite right. They haven't shaped the story yet. No.
But they're going to. But not necessarily
They're
about
gonna.
Rob. But I'm
Maybe
just
it'll
saying,
be a DVD extra.
if they do shape the story around Rob's pecking idea, then they're going to ring him to cap off the story.
Well, look, I mean, I had a really good think about this, obviously. I didn't just decide to do that project. I thought about it intensely over the period of time since I got the idea. I checked with all of you, for example, like, is this funny or not?
Yeah.
And if the answer's like, no, it's not funny, then we're not doing it. But like, you both thought it was all right. So then I worked on actually making it and a good idea. And I worked on, you know, I had a look at what they do and how they interact with people. And I really did think they would like it. Yeah. Like I didn't just like mess about. Like it was not a random throwing a dart at a board. I really thought like this is the thing that they would like for X, Y, and Z reason. And I guess I got it wrong, and that's fine. We get things wrong. But if they use it, I just hope they don't use it wildly out of context.
They didn't answer. Didn't ring. Didn't answer my Twitter messages or my Instagram messages.
Oh yeah, Kevin Mauer snooker team won every match in 2022.
Wow.
Their season's finished in August. That's wild. Anyone on Kevin Mauer snooker team? That's incredible. Well,
That
that's a
is
lot better than watching a film
incredible.
100 times.
Kevin.
So you're up there with the great Arsenal Invincibles team.
They should be in the documentary, not me.
Yeah, they should
That's
be.
fantastic achievement.
The Kevin Mauer Invincibles.
Anybody watching this from the documentary team, go follow Kevin Mauer snooker team, and they should give a pep talk to the Wrexham team about how to win.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they obviously know what they're doing.
Yeah. Never mind Rob sitting in a made-up house of his own watching some film, whatever the film was. We know what it was.
Oh yeah, we know what it was.
We definitely know.
All right, moving into September.
Yeah.
Wrexham Tourist Information Centre reopens. James, have you been in there yet?
I didn't even know it closed.
James, that's a lie. Come on now, man. It was on Queen Square. You know it was on Queen Square. You know it's not there anymore.
Yeah, but it was,
And now it's on Chester Street.
Yeah, but it was open before.
I didn't know it was
It was
closed.
just a door, wasn't it? You could just go in.
All right, anybody watching this who actually pays attention to things in Wrexham, the new one has reopened and it's really nice. Check it out if you haven't.
I'm
It's on
gonna check
Chester
it out.
Street. It's on
Just-
Chester Street.
Just for continuity for next time, I'll let you know what it's like.
Yeah, so then we've also got Butcher Ben Roberts wins bronze at the World Championship Butcher Apprentice Competition in California. That was not on my bingo card for 2022.
On our sheet, it says Brins.
If anyone knows Ben Roberts, we'd like to have him on. I'd love to know about the Butcher World Championship Apprentice Competition in California.
I think that sounds utterly fantastic.
It sounds incredible.
Yeah.
That sounds like exactly the type of thing we should be filming. I hope. What if Sharad Cymraeg, S4C will buy that? Brilliant.
There's got to be some, sort of really... what's it called?
Expialidocious
Supercalifragilistic butcher apron to
Right.
go along
Okay.
with that,
For
isn't it?
real. Like, we'll go through this afterwards because, like, in terms of guests, look, today we're not meant to have so many guests. Lil Misery came on to break it up. The idea here is that we're just combing through Wrexham,
Yeah.
and this is our chance to offer a forum to just like chat about what happened. Don't take us seriously, by the way. We're being entirely facetious for most of this, as usual. But I have to say, I'm not being facetious when I say I really want Butcher Ben Roberts to come on and talk about going to California and winning bronze in the
So do
biggest
I.
butcher competition in North America. That's wild.
That is utterly out of this world. You couldn't make it up, and we want you on the.
So just to be clear, Wrexham this summer, because I did not know these three things happened until I found the articles through my research. The Wales esports team went to a major international competition for the first time ever. That's huge news. Why don't we know about that? Second of all, Kevin Mauer's snooker team won every match, and apparently they compete in 2 different leagues as well. So not only did they win one league, they won both, and they didn't lose a match. And then, Butcher Ben Roberts wins bronze at the World Champion Butcher Apprentice competition in California. That's incredible. Anyway, that's the kind of thing we want to shine a light on. When I started this project, we'll get to the S4C. Actually, no, we'll do the S4C bit now. So, I did make that joke about S4C buying the Ben Roberts, the rights to Ben Roberts' trip to California. But I think, it's a story there. Speaking of S4C producers, Nia, and I'll let you pronounce her last name so I don't butcher it.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
K-Diog?
Okay, Nia K-Diog from Coed Poeth was nominated for a BAFTA Cymru Award for an S4C drama. Nia is from Wrexham, apparently. Obviously it says here from Coed Poeth. But again, like, James, how many years now would you say that, you and I have been working on media-related projects in Wrexham?
Oh, since 2000 and...
We're not a million miles away from a decade, are we?
No.
We're not. Have you ever heard of Nia K-Diog?
No.
K-Diog.
Not
Me neither. How would we not know who this person is?
Well, it's just not been on our radar.
But it's one of those things where
Well,
I come
we
across
move in
it.
them circles, don't we?
Yeah, but it's one of those things where I come across it where I'm just like, how would we not know that?
Yeah.
How would we not know that? That's wild.
Back
Do you
to
think she
Cymru.
knows what 73 Degree Films is? Probably
hope
not.
so.
No, but probably not.
No.
So that's another person we're going to reach out to. We should know her.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
she's come to the spa.
Maybe she's been to the spa.
so if anybody knows Nia Key,
I'm sure we could find her email.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
we want you to come on.
She's got
And
a
Butcher
link
Ben.
tree.
Butcher
So-
Ben, bring your apron.
No, but isn't that
we
mad?
want to see the apron.
There's an S4C producer from Wrexham who's nominated for producing a drama for a BAFTA Cymru Award. Well, I mean, in many ways, she could be working with us. We could produce the Ben Roberts Butcher story.
We could.
It's perfect.
Good.
That's the type of thing we're going to ask her when she comes on.
Plus.
Look
We
at it on
now
Disney
are
Plus.
Fishing for work as well. as
Ryan
doing this
Reynolds,
podcast.
executive producer. Right, okay, where are we here? Continuing this. Wrexham Feast happened, and that thing with Royston Club, I think the Focus Wales event, if you remember that weekend when everything happened at the same time. I wasn't here. I was on tour with Sign Dance. Wrexham Feast, did you go this year, James, on Llwyn Isaf?
No.
No.
Didn't go.
Are we?
Is that the new food festival?
Food
or-
festival, yeah.
I did go to that.
You went, okay.
Yeah.
Ops on Wrexham Feast?
Pretty good.
Did you taste anything?
Okay.
I think I had steak. They normally have a lot of international stuff. But,
Okay, was this the one on Llwyn Isaf and Wrexham Waterworld?
Yes, I think so.
Was it? Then I did go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like
That
something
was
you would have
great.
gone to.
I loved it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. No, I did go because it was on Waterworld. They had that weird sign. I remember telling you about it, Rob.
Yeah.
All the things you couldn't take inside the festival.
Oh my goodness, is that one?
That's the one, yeah.
James, please tell me you've got that on your phone to read out.
I haven't actually. No.
They had a list of rules on the door for Wrexham Feast, and it became increasingly totalitarian. But it was beyond satire. It started off like something like really normal, didn't it? Like no explosives, and it ended with like no dogs.
Yeah, and no barbecues. You couldn't take a barbecue in there. You know, what kind
But it was the way it became more and more ridiculous on the same sign that was the best
I'm
thing
going to
about
try
it.
and Not that I'm being ignorant. I'm going to try and
No,
find
we'll
that.
give him a minute. We'll give him a minute.
Give him a minute,
Me
see
and
if I can find that.
Owen and I will talk about the next thing. Right, what
Early
we got here?
1984.
Welsh government launched World Cup related events. Okay, great. So this was September. They started, I can't remember what it's called, Gweel, I don't know, it's not Gweel Peldroid, but it was something with Gweel in it. Everything's got Gweel or Cutch in it. People at Welsh government need to get more creative. No one from Welsh government is watching this, but don't put Cutch in things and don't put Gweel in things. Right, okay. So what have we got here? They launched their World Cup events. I know people that did interesting things. Focus went to the USA. They had a showcase in New York. There was a bunch of interesting things that happened in Qatar itself. Fionn, artist who we worked with, has went to Washington and painted a mural. Loads of people did loads of cool stuff. We were not invited to do anything. That was very cool. And then the final point here is free Welsh lessons were launched for 18 to 25-year-olds. And I didn't know this, and I went into it, and it's kind of like an online portal where you use a particular like piece of software. It's not like in-person stuff or whatever, but anyone who's a regular watcher and listener of our stuff knows that I often moan about my own attempts to learn Welsh as an adult in Wales, running a business in Wales, and it's annoyingly difficult considering how often it's a criteria in the things we apply to do. And anyway, I just thought it was nice to note that there was some effort made to add an additional portal for people outside of education to get Welsh lessons for free. But it's capped at 25. So I'm over 25,
Would you have
sadly.
to prove it?
Would you have to prove it? It's a good question. Could try and steal some Welsh lessons. Oh gosh, Slara Pethai. Okay, right, October.
October.
But yeah, James, you didn't get to comment on the World Cup events. I was just saying that the Welsh government, I think they did a really good job
I think they did.
of the World Cup events. There were so many interesting cultural things happening.
I think they did a good job by engaging in this World Cup.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, last World Cup, they did nothing, really.
For me, from the English side, my
All the
perspective,
European money.
it seemed like a lot of the conversation whenever somebody was given a platform to do something, like an artist related to the World Cup, and they were, an England supporter or an English artist, it seemed like the question was like, oh, and also, how dare you take money and how dare you support this thing in Qatar? Do you not like people? But whenever a Welsh person was given money to do something, the conversation was like, yes, we're in the World Cup, finally.
Yeah,
It was like we removed all the negativity that the English artists had to deal with, and we were just like, I can't believe we're in it.
We're in the World Cup.
yeah.
Doesn't matter where it is.
It was really fun, that. It
Yeah.
was really fun.
It's in a
it was nice.
dungeon next time in the depths of
It's in Los
Mount Doom.
Angeles. It's in Los Angeles, isn't it? No, sorry, it's in North America across a bunch of cities.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Fun, we should go to it.
It's definitely not in a dungeon in Mount Doom.
It's definitely not in a dungeon.
And
Yeah.
we're not going.
October, the Knife Angel came to Wrexham.
did.
Ops on Knife Angel.
I love the sculpture. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's... Because we were looking at it, and I said, oh, they must have stuck all them knives on. And
Yeah.
and when we went... and when I,
Obviously, they stuck the knives on.
No, because I thought... that the way it's arranged, I thought...
Yeah. Are they magnets?
I thought they were all just stuck on.
Okay.
But when you, with closer inspection, every one of those knives are welded on.
Okay.
So that is the intricate that's involved in that.
That is beautiful. It looked great. It did look
It does
great.
look great, yeah.
Yeah. Again,
A
Wrexham
lot
Council.
of
props.
time and effort has gone into that welding. I mean, it's proper welding, so it's like, I was like amazed that it was all welded.
20th Century Society launched a program to get the Waterworld building listed.
Failed.
I don't remember if it failed or not.
It failed.
Did it?
It failed
Okay.
on the grounds that I can't think it was 1998. That year's cropped up again, hasn't it?
Okay.
I think I was
What
at
year?
97.
Vintage.
They
I was
did.
born then.
They did a refurb to it because it didn't used to look the way it looks.
Okay. So it doesn't qualify, for X number more
It doesn't
years?
qualify because it's not the original building.
All right, okay.
That's why it lost.
Moving on swiftly then.
Moving on.
Focus Wales Film Festival launched for submissions in its 4th edition. 73 Degree Films obviously helps produce that festival. So that's big news for me. There's a lot of work getting that ready to launch, and I'm really happy. And we've had plenty of submissions. So yeah, Film Festival is coming on strong. That's good for us.
We love the
yeah,
film
exactly.
festival.
My guy.
What have we got next? Wrexham Lager Club Gaming Club celebrates 1 year. This is just a small story. That was nice though. Rob and Ryan were awarded the freedom of Wrexham County Borough.
You really didn't bother with a spell check on this.
What have I written?
If anybody wants a copy of this sheet,
Rob and Ryan Award.
write in and we'll give you a copy.
Aware.
Look, I typed it really fast. Big deal.
Complete with all the spell debacles going on.
My only thing with that is that it's because the reason was like international recognition for Wrexham and everything, which is obviously great. But like, I don't know. I feel like you wait a little bit longer to do something like that. That's like our highest award, isn't it? Like when we go up, I could see that being an easy thing to give. But like I thought they would have waited until we went up. Is what I would say with that one.
We'll leave that to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact criteria for getting freedom of Wrexham, but I've never heard of anyone getting it before. I'd have to have a look.
I've never heard of anybody getting freedom of Wrexham.
So I don't know what you've got to do to get it specifically. No. I guess it's an individual award that's randomly given when the council unanimously agree. Yeah. But I don't know the actual thing because wasn't one councillor against it? Thingy?
Who was the
against
councillor?
it. Yeah, second in command. Not Mark Pritchard.
Oh, the finance man.
No, he's. I've seen you talking to him, James. You know him.
Oh, do I?
But I can't remember.
Oh.
Anyway, great.
The second in command is.
What have we got here?
I don't know.
We're into November now. Good. We're making our way through it, and we will have time to go through resolutions and stuff, which is nice. National Theatre Wales show takes place across the city. We worked on the marketing campaign for that.
We did.
I was happy with the eventual outcome. I think it seemed like everyone really enjoyed the show that went to see it. Yeah.
I quite liked all your graphic designs that you did for all the material. It was really nice.
There was an awful lot of graphic design work with a lot of artists. Yeah, I too was very happy. I was very happy with the graphic design work. Yeah, Owen, did you get to go see the show? I can't remember.
Yeah, I got to see it 2 times.
Okay.
From both perspectives.
Yeah, it had 2 different routes, developer routes. Like the basics of the show was that a developer was in town and they were going to, refurbish St. Giles into luxury apartments. And you had two groups. You had a protest group that were against this called Marknad Taru Bull Market. And then you had Summit Development that were the developers, and you followed both routes. And depending on who you followed, you had a slightly different story, and then it comes together. It was a really cool idea. Really cool. Obviously, we had Tasha on and Anastasia, Tasha was co-director, and Anastasia was dramaturg. I think I've got that right. So yeah.
Well done, them too.
We've gone over it in detail, but yeah, that was cool. Robert Guy makes debut with BBC National Orchestra of Wales. Robert Guy is co-founder of New Symphonia. You've probably been to a few New Symphonia things, James. They're like,
No, I haven't.
orchestra. Yeah, you have. They've been around for too long for you to have not been to one of their events.
Right, yeah.
But anyway, that's really cool. That's an accolade. Yeah. Big accolade. The Wales World Cup fan zones were branded a success. I went to them. I think they were fantastic.
I thought they were good as well. Yeah. They were there.
Really good.
That's what I thought. They're there this time.
Yeah.
In the streets, big screen, so that people could collectively enjoy Wales drawing against Iran.
Obviously, that's the major disappointment, isn't it? That we didn't do very well. And also, do you remember the first one against the USA? Just how bad the weather was. It rained so much.
Oh right, yeah. I was watching it at home.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I watched the whole of the.
So the weather was against it. Wales themselves were not playing great, but the fan zones and like the effort that went into making T-Pow and High Street like a fun place to watch it communally, I thought it was really good. Like really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a bit poorly throughout the World Cup, so I had no choice but to watch it. But I did enjoy the World Cup.
I set up a specific screen in our office so that we could have every single game on.
Yeah.
And we almost did. Almost. Then I got bored of moving it, but it was good.
Obviously, the favourite game was that monumental game with Argentina and...
Saudi Arabia?
No, the France one, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, talking about the final.
Yes, the final, yeah. The monumental game where you thought, oh, no.
Anyway, the final didn't happen until December. So we got a couple more things that I found in November. iJazz shortlisted for an award, Asian Curry Awards. I mean, it seems to me like they're constantly winning awards. I don't know if they're good or not. Again, like it's really difficult for me to judge the context when I keep seeing lots of articles that something wins an award when I don't really have the understanding of what the award is. So like it looks good, but I don't know. So it seems to me like iJazz win loads of awards looking through the stuff that happened last year.
Yeah.
And I think it's really good.
I think we should do a 73-degree outing to there.
Yeah, like a
Funded
test.
by Rob.
Taste test.
Rob funds the whole shebang.
Yeah,
Second
there we
time for
go.
that word.
Well, we can do that. We went axe throwing. We'll have a curry.
Yeah.
Sounds class.
It does sound class.
Poppy
I'll-
Holt,
I'll
a
buy a pint.
14-year-old Wrexham player, got selected to go to Manchester United. She's originally from Mould.
Oh,
Is
right.
that allowed in Wrexham Year in Review? we'll allow it. She's a Wrexham player. But that's cool. That was in the news. Great.
So maybe I should watch the news and go to Wrexham Town Centre here and there,
Yeah.
rather than just hang around in all the other places that I'm at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the end of November. Let's check our comments.
How do we submit to the film?
Claire
festival?
says Kevin Mauer snooker team has been noted. So good. People are thinking about Kevin Mauer snooker team. I mean,
The Invincibles,
it
remember?
sounded from the article like they were incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're
Though.
not-
I gotta look it up.
They're not Kevin Mauer anymore. They're the Snooker Invincibles.
What
Remember
else?
that.
What else we got here? Joe. Obviously, Joe last week who did the stuff with us.
Yeah.
How do we
need
submit to the film
a
festival?
comment
That's a good question.
reader. We should have, get people in.
So you go to Focus Wales. If you want to submit to the Focus Wales Film Festival, you go to focuswales.com. Go to the film section of the website. It's there. It's also on Film Freeway. If filmmakers are familiar with Film Freeway, it's the main platform across the entire world for submitting films to festivals. We're on Film Freeway. So yeah, just search Focus Wales. Again, we're one of the cheapest in Wales, and I think one of the best, obviously.
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 Goes
Have I got
without
that? Have I got that sound effect? No, that was not the obviously sound effect.
What
We've
sound
got
have
it
you
in the
Is that
I played a sound effect. You'll have your if Owen thinks these headphones are good, I'll get another pair of them, and then we'll all have one.
playing? Oh, right, yeah.
That sounds good.
I think
That'll be really good.
All right, we got no TikTok comments anymore because I got rid of TikTok because my phone had gone minus 90% in the period.
I
of
think
time
it'd be
it was
good
on.
if we could have a guest monitor reader, someone to come in and read the comments.
Great. I think so too. All right, we're on to December, and then we're finally done with reviewing every single thing that happened in Wrexham last year that I thought was notable, and we can actually have like a compressed,
We're on
decompressed.
perfect
We
timing
can have a
with that, Rob,
decompress.
aren't
Chat.
we?
Live in the Window launches. Wow,
That's
we're in
us.
it right now. We're in the news.
That's right.
We're in the news. We're making the news.
I can say this. It was in Wrexham.com. It was in Wrexham Leader. It was in a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. It was in a few other things. I can't remember
was.
where though.
I saw it on Wrexham.
Do you know I was in the Daily Star?
Really?
Daily Star wrote about the Green Lantern thing. Just thinking about
they did, yeah.
they did. Weird
did.
that, isn't it? I have no, probably in the physical copy, but I do
remember
not know anyone
I
that
remember
reads the
seeing
Daily
it.
Star. So yeah, anyway, Live in the Window launched. Great. That's this. Like I say, we're trying our best. This is a year in review. We're going to have more guests next time, but like...
It's tricky time in between.
It's tricky. It's tricky. It's a
People
hard
don't
thing to
want to do
produce.
things.
It's a hard thing to produce.
It is. This time of year, people are at office parties. They're wrapping presents. They don't want to know about doing things.
I really like the idea when we did the Green Lantern thing that people liked that they could just tune in whenever they wanted and drop out whenever they wanted. And
Yeah.
it was like a continuous thing that you wouldn't really miss the story. You just see a bit of it. And I like that. And I thought, like, what if we did a podcast where it was a similar premise where we just kind of chilled and you could drop in or drop out and you might see a bit of this and you might see a bit of that.
That's this, Rob.
But now that we've done it a bit more and we upload to like Spotify and Apple Music and everything and people can listen to it as an actual podcast, I've tried to keep that to 30 minutes because I feel like, it's nice to listen to a podcast in that way, whereas a live stream is a different experience. And what we don't have is like the thing that underpins a live stream generally. So like if you watch somebody stream a game, you have the game. The game is the thing you watch as well as them. And you're kind of enjoying their personality playing Fortnite or whatever. Whereas like when you watch us, if you don't like us, right, you're not going to watch this. If you aren't from Wrexham, you're not going to watch this. So I realize I have accidentally framed this entire thing in a way that alienates a huge amount of people. Like reaching a wider audience is not going to work like this. But we are funded by Wrexham City of Culture 2029 for the first 6 live streams. What we do afterwards, I think by that point we'll have figured it out. But I'm hopeful that, if we can shine a light on some people doing interesting things in Wrexham County, whether it's the snooker team or whatever, that's cool. So we're just having a cool time. I wanted to build a skate park and stuff. We ran out of money, to be honest. Everything went over budget. Building that wheel went over budget. I ran out of time to do certain things. But like, I'm very happy with the things we have done. Like the technical setup, the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Mark did an amazing job.
Well done, Martin. It really is a good
Mark.
Wheel of Fortune. So
But-
if you want to come and spin the wheel for our next...
But I have to say, I overestimated what we'd be able to do. in terms of just our own capacity to do things like book guests, deal with people dropping out last second. The reason we've never done a podcast with guests is because I've seen other people I know, my friends, go through this horrible experience where they put all their effort and time into booking things, and people mess you about. People mess you about. People drop out 2 seconds before and they act like it was nothing. And it's not happened to us much, but it's happened to us enough to already be like, wow, I remembered why I never wanted to do this. There's nothing worse than trying really hard to do something and having somebody message you like it wasn't that important, like, oh, I can't make it this week, can I do next time? And you're just looking at it, having just stressed yourself out for 3 hours.
Exactly.
Like, wait, what? So anyway, it's all fine.
Complaining.
That was Rob.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is,
complaining.
what I'm saying is like people, you know, it's really good, I think, to try and do more stuff like this in Wrexham. But what I'm saying is cool. That it's a lot of effort. But here we are, and we're heading into January, and I think we'll get better. We will get better. Systems will be in place.
We'll have more guests next time.
We will. Okay, the National League announced a streaming platform. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, it was like against the rules, wasn't it? And now it's happening.
Because that was something that they denied for a while, didn't he? And then they said it was like, what's it called? Restriction of creative something or other.
Yeah. Well, now it's happening. It is happening.
It was always going to happen, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah. I think from what I understand, again, I don't know in depth, but it seems to me like the profits aren't directly going to the club. They're to support the league, or at least Wrexham AFCs are. I can't remember the actual details, but yeah, no, it seems like a really good thing to me too.
Should make a profit. They should also sort of put a percentage of that profits into the local community.
You know, final couple of things here then. You know, there was an article published that said that over 500 people from Ukraine have now made their home in Wales. So just to follow on from that point in February when the war broke out, you know,
500 people.
Yeah, 500 people. So that's nice.
But that means
good.
if we do a callback to the other statistic.
What other statistic?
The other statistic of the
2021 census isn't going to count people from Ukraine, is it?
Oh, right, yeah, sorry.
Nice.
I'll shut up.
Right, okay. And then finally, you know, having said that though, in particular, there's one person, like obviously Sam and I, you know, Owen as well, you know, we spent a good amount of time on TikTok looking for people in Wrexham and seeing what people are making. One of the top TikTokers in Wrexham is a Ukrainian girl. Who's housed here. Yeah.
Well
really
done to her.
interesting
If
content.
you want to say anything, get in touch.
I think I invited them and they just blanked it. So
oh no,
that's not happening.
Please come in. Yes,
but there you go. Okay,
yeah. Lots and lots
the final thing. Reach how many more? They have like 100,000 followers or something ridiculous.
You're
not going to reach any
receive
more
an
people.
extra. I don't know. Few more.
I'm not going to reach anybody.
Just come in.
Probably just make them feel more uncomfortable. That's the weird thing, isn't it, about doing something locally? If you had 100,000 followers on TikTok, that's one thing. But if you have 100,000 followers on TikTok and they like all live and know that you are in Wrexham, like it's going to add like a weird thing. Like I can totally understand why somebody that lives somewhere would not want people to know that they're in any way notable, because it would make, I don't know, just like if everything was positive, it's good. But if you had a few negative interactions with people that didn't like things you were putting on the internet and they took it seriously and didn't realize that you were making content or whatever, I could see why you like to like a rational person, doxing yourself so heavily might not come across as like a good idea.
So you're just like kind of sort of protecting your brand sort of thing.
Well, no, it's just protecting yourself, isn't it? Like privacy. Like if you make stuff on the internet, people seem to feel like they have, I don't know, like a right to, you know, have a go at you for it for whatever reason. So I'm just saying, like, I could see why somebody that was doing well, making stuff, wouldn't want to come on a podcast and talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, of course it does.
Right. Final thing, King visited Wrexham. We've talked all about that.
Yeah.
King was
Talked
here.
about that in depth before.
He's here, and you didn't meet him.
No, we didn't.
My mum did.
Because Rob famously chose the wrong area to stand in.
I don't know how
If he'd have
famously.
listened to his mum, he'd have met the Queen.
Infamously.
Infamously at the very least. Yeah, James is going to get a
Infamously.
book from me on the difference between famously and infamously.
Infamously
Yeah.
stood in the wrong area of where the King was going to.
Yes.
So,
Well, yeah, a bit.
not a bit, a lot.
Right, I'm going to like
Either
down
way,
some
when he
water.
stood, you couldn't see him.
James, I think we could talk just a little bit from like our own perspective, how we felt about 2022. and then
of
we'll
course.
finish up with resolutions. We've got like 15 minutes here, so take a few minutes, walk us through your 2022. I want to know, what
My
happened. How do you feel about it?
2022 was like a bipolar 2022, really, when you think about it. It started off gloomy with restrictions, and then we had will it, won't they be gone, and all this other thing. And there wasn't a lot of joyousness around. There wasn't a lot of positivity. They were just saying, it's going to come back in September. There was talks of restrictions for Christmas 2022, that no one's going to get Christmas dinner. Everybody was going to starve, and it was just going to be in a cupboard somewhere waiting for the pandemic to go away.
What a review of your year.
That never, ever materialized. So as the year's gone on, it's sort of creeped up and up and up and up. So
Is it possible that you've been living in a Twitter bubble?
it possibly is a
I didn't
Twitter
hear anyone say that stuff.
hot stuff.
Don't know that nothing was going to happen this year. It
Well,
seemed more positive
at the
to
start of this year, there was talks on the news and Twitter. It probably was a Twitter bubble. Who's putting them bubbles out, by the way? No, but it was that next year they were going to have restrictions. And then they were saying that because the planes didn't fly,
Yeah.
they were going to have it every year anyway, just to save the planet.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, that's going to become an increasing part of the cultural conversation, I would imagine. What is acceptable and not acceptable under the sort of, Overton window of, the climate emergency and what is not cool anymore. For example, will posting my holiday photos be cool when it looks like I'm killing the planet with a certain type of person? I can imagine it not being cool anymore to say that you're traveling. Right now, it's like cool and sexy. Like I'm working all around the world. I could imagine in a couple of years' time, people want to, fight you for it. But we'll see if it moves in that direction.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully we, figure out carbon capture and we can all just go on holiday.
Yeah.
Owen, how was your
Carbon
year?
capture with a bag.
Mixed bag. I don't know. Some good, some bad. Same as every year, I tried to get my act together and ultimately didn't work out. But there's always next year.
What does get your act together mean? James would ask you, like, what's the end goal?
What's the end goal for Owen 2.0, whatever the version is you want to get your act together to? Version 1.5.
Be able to comfortably make a living and live my life, I guess.
Oh, right.
Well, we'll get on to resolutions because that is veering dangerously close to what we would like to achieve next year.
Yes, I've already got my resolution stick.
But overall, then, if, this year, good or bad, you were pretty negative last year.
Yeah, you were.
Well,
weren't you?
I suppose that clip of me saying nothing's going to get better.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that took on a whole new meaning, I think.
Okay.
Because when I
Don't
said
hold
that,
back, Owen.
I meant COVID specifically.
Great. I think it
And
did get better.
Yeah,
for
that did get better. So, I mean, I'm not wearing a mask today. So,
Look
You're
at
not-
this year. Now
Yeah.
everybody's not living in a cupboard. They're all out getting
In a
drunk
cupboard?
in Wrexham Town Centre there, aren't they?
Harry Potter.
They are.
My
the
year was
stairs.
interesting. January, nothing really happened. February, I got COVID and I did some recording for 2080s, but it was kind of mixed. March, I was away almost the whole time. April, I was away almost the whole time. Came back for Focus Wales.
Yeah, he's
May.
been travelling everywhere. He's had a great year. He's been off for months, just swanning around without his carbon capture bag.
I mean, there's all sorts of reasons it was good and bad, which would take an entire podcast in itself. But I can't deny that I got to do some interesting things this
Someone
year.
stole his skateboard off him, wouldn't allow him back into the country with it.
That was 2019.
Was that
That
2019?
was so long ago.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
it was in Mexico.
Got my finger on the pulse there, haven't I?
And then second half of the year was, it's a really good trip to Croatia. I felt like the section of the tour in Croatia with Sign Dance was like really good. And I was dialed. I was like getting up and working early and then doing the show. That felt so good. That
Great
that
weather.
trip. Yeah, and it was great weather. I mean, I don't love being super hot, but it was good, yeah. And then, then after that, straight into Rob Ryan Ring Me, and then this kind of frustrating period where I was deciding whether we would do more YouTube or whether we would do some real work. And so I applied for a bunch of stuff. We ended up getting the National Theatre Wales job, and that just consumed me. September to December, basically. There was this huge amount of work. Twice as much as the contract was for, I would say. So yeah, that was so much. Like I was taking up just working. But having done that work now, we've built up to a situation where we can now do the YouTube stuff starting 2023, which is good with a bit less pressure. Actually, we can spend a bit more money probably, so that's good. So we can make some good videos next year. But yeah, James, let's talk about resolutions.
My resolution is always the same every year, and it's really 2 resolutions. Number 1 is the one I first make, and it's to make a resolution, which is quite clever, isn't it? Because I have to get through the year.
Comedy genius.
Yeah, it's comedy genius. I have to get through the year to make a resolution. So there's that. And it's always like to improve an area of my life. And then I sort of flip a coin or put some little papery things in a bag, switch the bag around, pull something out, and it says, that's the area that I have to improve. A bit of a gambly, carousel-y, fingery thing.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
We've got a visitor.
We have a last-minute guest.
Oh, tell her to push it. It's open.
Push.
It's open.
Let's go and help her.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, look at that angle. That's an awful angle. It was so open. Well, James will walk you through spinning our wheel if you want to try and win a prize. We've got a guest. We've got a guest. James is guiding them through spinning the wheel.
We've got a guest coming who is interested in looking at our stuff. Now
James, show no. James, show her how to do it. Oh, she did it. She did it wrong.
There you go. And it's
Art.
Mm-hmm. What do we do with
Who's your favourite artist?
Name an artist.
Yeah.
Like an obscure one or just a normal?
Who's your favourite?
A normal one, I think. Why do they not know how to open the door?
Yeah.
Picasso. Good artist. Yeah. Good. James has met someone from Queen's Park. Yeah. Yeah, we're live right now.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
So
Fair enough.
no, that's it. But the massive sign saying we're live wasn't enough, I guess.
Maybe we need a sign that
okay.
says "Feel free to come in."
James, we do need to do this, James. So are they spinning it or not? James,
Right, sorry.
just check if they want to spin the wheel. That's
right.
the-
Okay.
yeah.
Spin the wheel.
Show him how to do it. Yeah, he's got it.
Push it down and spin.
Okay, what's it going to be? You might win. It's not going to win. Oh, great. Shari Cymraeg,
Owen, famously.
do you speak Welsh? Oh, Owen, ask a question in Welsh.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
O ble wyt ti'n dod? Ydych chi'n dod, sorry. That was disrespectful. Rwabon. Oh, very good.
Got singing in Welsh as well.
Da iawn.
Okay. Iawn.
We're live on
On
YouTube.
YouTube, TikTok,
Other places.
Facebook.
Have we got one more spin of the wheel to do, James? Or
Yes,
is
we
that
have.
it?
Karen.
I think they've been to the pub.
You don't say.
Yes. We haven't got the camera on these singing Welsh, have we?
Trending.
Okay.
We need a trending topic from you. What's trending this week? You can't say Christmas.
No, you can't say
What's a big thing this week? The Ukraine-Russian war. That is a big one. Hey, do you want the stat? Over 500 people from Ukraine have made their home in Wales in 2022. That's good, right? That's the stat. There you go. That's your stat. There you go. I don't have the stats for Wrexham. I don't know why, but that was the Welsh stat. Yeah, thank you very much for coming and spinning our wheel. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Or you're welcome to sit down, but
Sit
we
down
are
and
just
wait
talking.
until the end of the show. We're going to be finished in
Just about to finish.
We've got 5 minutes left. Yeah.
5 minutes left.
Have I entered some kind of parallel universe? I don't know.
No, it's not parallel
Not
universe.
quite a
We're
parallel
just
universe, but close to
streaming
it.
to the,
hey, look at that camera two.
our
Good thing I
followers.
got camera two. Look at camera one. Camera one's absolutely
Yeah,
done.
that's
Camera
the whole
two. Is
premise
anybody
of the
watching
show.
this? This is
People
mad.
can wander in.
7 people are watching this.
And
I hope you're
spin
enjoying
that-
it.
No,
You've entered the
What's
Wrexham
going
creative
on?
bubble.
Oh gosh! Oh, here we
Yes.
go. Yeah, great. Oh, there's the.
no.
I'm gonna zoom out there, haven't I now? There
We're
we go,
just
there we go.
4 people that been doing filming.
James, have you got a
projects.
business card? You got to give him a business card.
Oh, okay.
Or a flyer from the front of the door.
Oh yeah, there's a flyer outside on the front of the door.
There is a flyer on the door.
Yeah, feel free to
so-
take some.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah, there's a
much.
flyer outside on the. And you can take that and you'll see what this is all about. So our next podcast is in, or live
Well, it's
stream
every
is
Friday,
in
isn't it? But the live stream's 2
2
weeks.
time on Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
which we'll probably talk about superstitions and lucky omens, considering
Oh,
it's
Friday the
Friday's-
13th. Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
You're a white witch.
She-
Wow.
So she-
I don't know what that means.
No way.
Right.
do you want to come in and talk about white witches?
Yeah, get your card out.
Yes.
He's going to get his
Give
card
us
out.
an email. Can you come on and talk about white witches? And you
Right,
can
here
talk
comes the
about
card.
Semaine
Here
and
comes the card.
Imbolc and all that stuff, can't you?
Look at this.
Yeah? Is that okay?
Fantastic. Look at that.
Really?
So what we're looking for is some
We're
nice...
making connections. 9 people are watching this.
Oh,
Can you email me,
Okay.
please?
good wording.
Can you email me
God.
and then come on?
Oh, God. Oh, God. All right.
Okay.
This
So
is
what's
We
never
really
gonna
need to
end.
wrap up. We need to wrap
Karen.
up. Okay.
married to
Thank you very
Punky
much.
And
Okay.
Sue, Karen, Sue, and
Thank you very much.
who?
Q.
Thank you. Karen.
Who?
So that was
Not start.
Karen, Sue, and Hugh there. What was
No star, no star.
That was Karen, Sue, and Hugh. What a great
Karen, Sue,
team.
and Hugh.
Karen,
Wow.
Sue, and Hugh.
Wow. Really rolls off, doesn't
That
it? That's
does
good.
roll, trips off the tongue like they were
Good
destined to be
Lord.
together forever.
Sharon, Darren, and Karen.
Owen,
Darren, and Karen.
Owen, New Year's resolutions.
Yeah,
what are you?
like
What are your
Holly,
New Year's
Molly, and Polly.
resolutions?
Don't know. Find a way to live comfortably without being like burnt out or overstimulated constantly.
Without the spa shop sucking all the commercial energy from
I
you.
was trying to be vague.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I feel like that's a tricky resolution because it has no definite end. The idea of comfort shifts over time.
It does.
It's a hard one to achieve.
Yeah.
Plus, it's very subjective.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough resolution.
I know
Yeah.
people that love working 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, that's not me.
No, obviously. So I think you want to like sort of diversify a bit and sort of get into the macro idea of what you're thinking, and rather than just thinking just live comfortably, think I would be comfortable working on my own creative projects 24/7
I can definitely work comfortably. That's also what I was getting at.
and getting paid from your own projects rather than from the small national
Yeah.
shop
Um,
routine.
It's what I was trying to do with guacamole for a while. It's not been the best year. But
No, but onwards and upwards, you just keep on keeping on, didn't you?
Onwards and upwards is good.
yeah.
That's what I always say to Rob, isn't it, Rob? Keep on keeping on. Each project gets bigger and bigger, gets you known a bit more better. And all of a sudden,
More better.
we're on the world tour with Little Misery, aren't we, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're the best
Doing
PR
his-
producers ever.
Stop motion music video.
Yeah, he's doing all the technical side. I'm managing all the people.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
And you
like,
can do all the graphics, whatever it is, yeah?
yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on right now.
Well, over 420.
420, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, final thing from me is just looking at I should give my resolutions, but it's connected to this, I guess. Yeah, just the stats from 73 Degree Films. I put them on our Instagram story, but I'll run through them one final time here. We published, just to let you both know, we published over 420 original videos this year. That's not including videos for other people like Sign Dance or National Theatre Wales or any of the other projects. That's our own videos with us in them. 420 original videos.
That's a lot.
It's a huge amount.
Huge amount.
The aim was one a year. The aim was one a day, and
Huge.
And we did a lot more than one a day on
did.
average. They generated around 11 million views, and if you add it all up across platforms, the vast majority was TikTok, where we got just over 10 million views.
10 mega.
Instagram, we had around 1 million views. YouTube, we had around 500,000, and Twitter, we had around 200,000. New followers, we grew on TikTok by 600% compared to last year. We got 15,000 new followers.
Wow.
Instagram 3,700, not bad. A lot less though. YouTube 700 subscribers, Twitter 500 followers. Worked on a different bunch of things. I mean, some of my favorite projects, the Cluster, the blockchain project was really good. Rob Ryan Ring Me, happy with that. I mean, they didn't ring me, but it was a really good project.
I love the Cluster Cardiff thing. That was great.
Future Filmmakers we did in February, the education program.
That was great.
Really
the
good.
3 days really good. For the young people that did that was fantastic.
I will be announcing something related to that with the BFI actually in January, which is going to be really nice. So I'm happy that that's continuing in some interesting way. Mm-hmm. TikTok, we spent a lot of time just improving our stuff on TikTok. For example, going to every chippy. There's a lot of effort, and it worked out because 15,000 extra followers was quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Projects with other people that I did that big tour with Sign Dance when I was gone for most of March and April. Like that's what I was doing, and then it continued in the UK. That was really good. Mm-hmm. Well, it didn't come to Wrexham, James, and you didn't come to see it anywhere else. Focus Wales.
I did go to see it somewhere. It was in Indegeen, wasn't it?
No, James, that was years ago. It was a different show.
Oh, right.
So then Focus Wales, we had the Film Festival, 3rd edition. Yeah, we all worked on that. That was good. National Theatre Wales. Yeah, we talked about that. And then supporting Wrexham 2025, City of Culture. That was... they were big projects, and how I feel about that is kind of interesting. I don't know, like the numbers, looking at numbers dictated by platforms and what certain algorithms show to people is not a great way to judge what we're making when it's, and it's art, really, isn't it? We're making videos, we're making art projects. Judging them by like cold numbers on Instagram is just not going to be a useful thing to do. But it is just interesting for me to compare to the previous year. And we spent a lot more time this year making things for those platforms alongside the work we were doing. And this year I would be hopeful that we can gel them together a bit more and, carry out specific projects and sort of make the content alongside them and make the whole thing gel a little bit better. And I don't know if you remember this, James, when I brought you in and Scott to our office over a year ago, and I showed you a PowerPoint presentation I'd made, and I said I wanted to create a content machine.
You did?
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
2022 was the fruits of that labor. I mean, it illustrates that we did that. Mm-hmm. Underpinned by Sam publishing that content, Owen and Sam and myself editing it. We did what we wanted to do, which was publish a huge amount of stuff in Wrexham. Did it help? Yes, it helped. We grew a lot. Has it helped us make money? No. Has it helped us get more notoriety and helped us make money in adjacent ways, or helped us gain fans, or helped us just people know what we do? Yes, hugely. So it all works out. But like I say, next year I'd really like it to gel together a bit more. I'd like us to be able to just, the ideal scenario is that we have enough money where I have an idea, that we do the idea and we make content around the idea and it's successful and people enjoy it. And both the idea and the content is successful and everything grows, in a straight line. So that's ideal. But then at the same time, there are other ambitions as usual, like to develop an actual television show, an actual feature film. These are things that I've wanted to do my entire life. So, since I was about 10 and I found out what making films really was, so these are just filmmaker things that people want to do. But for the organization, growing our audience and making really good things, I think just has to be the main resolution. We've started a journey this year, I think. We've grown an audience and I'd like to grow it a lot bigger and a lot more refined, because we're doing a lot of messy things at the moment, and I think everything could just gel together better. So that's what I'd like to try and do. Gel things together better and keep entertaining people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's been like with 73 Degree, Rob's been the driving force of most of this stuff. We're more the crew that puts together what he's thinking, really.
The minions.
He's the ideas with the people that help him put together, and it's been incrementally getting better and better with each year. So maybe next year is the quantum leap that.
Well, maybe, but I look at those numbers and I look that we grew by 6, a factor of 6 on TikTok, for example. If we can do that again, then we're into 100,000 followers, which is where you do start to make money.
Yeah.
It's where you do get opportunities to actually represent brands. And so far, I have to say, when I reach out to brands, we failed almost every time because it's either too Wrexham-y, in which case, well, who can we work with? Wrexham Lager. So if they say no, it's like no. And then like if it's not Wrexham-y stuff, and we're reaching out to brands, well, we're not big enough to a general audience. So in terms of just our own content and having merch and stuff like that, well, realistically, the numbers don't work. Having really good high quality merchandise, you've got to have enough people will buy it to justify the cost of making it in the first place. And I can't justify that. So we don't have merch. And it's also cringe to have merch that's not good. So we're never having merch until I know it's the best thing ever.
Yeah. And it's useful.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got to be adjacent to what we do in a way that's really useful. It can't just be a t-shirt with a 73 on it. It's got to be like what we talked about, like a comic book about like going to every chippy. That's really cool. But then again, just like the time and stuff to do that, it's tricky. I think we will do it. But just gelling everything together would be my aim. So very final question for you both then. What are you doing on New Year's Eve? It's tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow night. I'm already signed up to a party. I'm going to a party, to my friend's party. Thank you, Kim, for inviting me 6 months ago.
Shout out, Kim.
Yeah. she always tells me, hey, you're coming to my party. I say, when is it? She says, oh, it's in 6 months' time. And I say, well, tell me nearer the time. Tell you what, pencil me in is the
She's
words.
told you then?
Yeah. You always use the words pencil it in. So when she texts me, she always say, pencil you in. So Kim, I penciled it in. Thank you very much. Love you loads.
Owen.
I'm working 2 till 9.
That's not a bad shift on New Year's Eve.
It's a great shift.
They're shutting at 10. And then after that, I'm going to my friend's new house,
Oh.
which I think is in Southsea, but I'm not sure.
That sounds really good.
Probably check before I go.
He's going with all his reduced price nibbles that they can't sell for the following day, plus...
How did you know?
How did I know? He's
Lol.
wangled that shift. He's wangled that shift so he gets them reduced price things. He's armed with one of those machines, aren't you? Reduces the prices. So he'll reduce the price of all the booze, all the nibbles, and he just cart off a sackload of stuff to his friend's party, which is great. I'm not invited, am I?
I'm not doing anything. I think I'm going to eat pizza, and I'm going to just do a few things I wanted to do, like watch a certain film, make some notes about some stuff, and I'm probably going to try and start my new year off on the 1st, without a hangover, which I think will be nice. I have to say, almost every time I've ever done something on New Year's Eve, it's too overhyped in a way that means that it's a disappointment. So if I start from a place of, what already sounds like quite a normal evening, then surely I can only have a positive time.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna restrict what I do and just do something quite straightforward and just have a nice evening, chill, calm, and then start the new year off. I am
hangover free.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really. I feel like I'm like being quite slow this past week, and I'm trying to conserve my energy. I'm very ready to work, I think, harder than I've ever worked
before.
And hopefully not in the way that where I'm just like stressed out 24/7, but just in terms of increasing my own efficiency. There's just a few ways I can do that, and I'm excited to try it out. I think I can be more efficient in the first quarter of this new year, and there's a few projects that need to be done. But annoyingly, like always with a new year, there's some hanging over projects that should already be done that aren't done for various reasons. So I've got to start the year off with like some annoying bits of editing. But once they're done, we really are going to go hard on a few things, because there's 3 months here. 3 months where we've not got anything major on. We might get some stuff on, but there's 3 months, and I'm excited to try and, while you're watching this on YouTube right now, for example, this channel, we're going to put some real effort into making some good stuff, which will probably start coming out end of Jan, beginning of Feb.
Watch this space.
Yeah, including a video blaming me and James been filming for 6 months.
Which one was that?
Discount one. And then there's also a video about like NFTs and stuff, which has taken so much of last year to prep that.
that one?
Yeah, that's coming out. That was
Yeah.
filmed in 2020. So there's
God.
there's a lot of stuff that's like it's gonna hopefully get finished. But yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. This has been Live in the Window. We have been talking about every single thing it seems like that happened in Wrexham in 2022.
Imaginable.
We had Lil Misery on as well, our special guest. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone who commented on live, TikTok and YouTube.
Thanks for the
And,
people
yeah.
that wandered in and spanned the wheel.
Yeah, thank you to the people that wandered in and spanned the wheel.
very much so.
And ultimately, I think we will see you in 2023, January 13th, next live stream.
So I was going to say the proverbial see you next year.
Oh yeah, we should sign off with that, right? I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to press stop streaming. Are you ready, James? We can go for a see you next year.
Yeah.
Do you want to count us down and we'll do it at the same time?
Yeah, go on in.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
See you next year.
year.
Ciao for now.